concussion.
This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Queen Studios of New York, here we go. UFC is raising the price of the pay-per-views. What? No! MMA news, MMA Fight Week. Lindsey Vanzandt will be live with the MMA-Holes. Yeah, baby.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful. Hello, friends. I hope everyone is wonderful, wonderful, as we are here on a Wednesday night, Season 3, Episode 50. Season 3 is almost over. Josie, how does it feel having Season 3 almost over?
It feels better than President Trump being impeached.
Yeah, that happened. That legit happened. Oh, you know what didn't happen is my chat. I got to fix the chat room. I think my chat's just been impeached, if you know what I mean.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'll fix that right now. But yeah, we go right before we went live. We decided to check the interwebs, and sure enough, President Trump has been impeached. I mean, listen, this is an MMA show. We're not going to really spend much time on that. But do you have an article?
Yeah, I don't have to go into it. I mean, I didn't post it on the website or anything like that.
Is it because of Colby Covington losing?
It's just Trump was impeached.
It's correct. What the hell are the odds of this? And man, oh man, what's the odds? Colby Covington, jaw broken or broad joking.
Wonderful, wonderful.
On Saturday, and now this president has been impeached. It's kind of nuts.
A little bizarre, right?
Yeah. Do you think it's Colby's fault?
Yeah, I think Colby jinxed President Trump.
It's insane. Anyway, we won't really get too far into that because that is nuts. But leave your comments over here or down in the description. Was it an early stoppage? 2 joints? He says it was an early stoppage.
Well, they impeached him on abusing power in the White House, is what they said.
Well, doesn't every president abuse power? Maybe he did a little bit more than others. Who knows? Anyway, we'll move on from that. But even better news, Jesse.
Yeah.
The UFC is hiking up the prices of the pay-per-views.
Yeah. Well, not by much, but they're definitely trying to get the most they can out of UFC fans, for sure.
Yeah, it's great. It's
This is number one bullshit.
It's number one bullshit, as CYBORG would say, or Khabib.
I will be right back. I'm going to go unplug the Fire Stick.
Oh, not in that room?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Jesse's unplugging Fire Sticks. Yeah, because our internet, we got to make sure nothing else is on it. We want to make sure we have a smooth show. Lindsey Vanzandt, will be on the show in the second half. She is a Bellator Invictor. And Conor Hernandez.
Back up, and you can go to sleep too.
What up, Conor?
Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing fine. I love you all. Let's have a wonderful time. I want to drink some tequila with some lime. Let's go. Carnage Crew.
Hell yeah.
JBH the GOAT. Moss the Moneybag. Let's go. Hope
right.
everyone is wonderful, wonderful.
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 Thank you, Conor. That was really nice. The first donator of the evening is wonderful over there. Yeah, we're great. We're fantastical. We are wonderful. Yeah, so like I was saying before that donation, Lindsey Vanzandt will be on the second half, and she's got a big fight coming up. I don't know why the chat's doing that. What's going on, Jess? Why is everything not working? What's the deal?
That's usually how it works.
Is it Trump's fault? Look at this. What the fuck?
Because Trump got impeached.
What the fuck?
Chat's not working. That's why.
There we go. Yeah, she's an interesting story. 7-2-0. Pretty much finishes all her opponents, and she is fighting in Japan on New Year's Eve. So we'll be talking to her later. But let's get into this over here.
All right.
Conor McGregor,
Yeah.
Cowboy Cerrone
Yes.
is the fight in January, correct?
January 18th.
Okay. I feel this is ridiculous. I feel this is an atrocity. And I also feel that this is not going to make any new Conor McGregor fans. I can tell you that much.
Well, it's not Conor's fault, actually. I
Okay.
have the whole story on it. According
I
to
blame
MMA
Conor.
Fighting, it's ESPN. Not the UFC's final decision, ESPN's final decision to raise the price of UFC pay-per-views starting in January with McGregor versus Cowboy.
Is it Disney's fault?
Well, listen, you can't blame Dana White and you can't blame the UFC.
What?
Now, obviously, the UFC had to give some semblance of an okay. There had to be some semblance of an agreement here. But it was ESPN who made the final decision. Now, ESPN will require a few more dollars to watch UFC pay-per-views in 2020. On Wednesday, ESPN announced plans to increase the cost of UFC pay-per-view broadcasts from the current $9.99 price, which is what we're paying right now, to $64.99, so $5 more, starting with the highly anticipated return of Conor McGregor as he faces Donald Cowboy Cerrone on January 18th.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Stream down.
No.
Dropped.
Oh, it didn't drop over here.
All right. Let me know. Yeah, we're good to go.
Bizarre.
I don't know. We'll go back right into
Maybe
it.
they're fucking with you because it didn't drop for
No,
me.
it went red.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it went red.
Oh, bizarre.
We're back, though. We're back in business.
Just refresh. Stop being a bunch of babies. Good Lord. I spelled refresh wrong.
We're fresh. We're
right.
fresh.
So, UFC 246 McGregor versus Cowboy takes place in Las Vegas with the pay-per-view airing exclusively on the ESPN app. The change in price comes after costs were initially dropped down to $59.99 after the UFC inked an exclusive deal with ESPN as their broadcast partner for pay-per-views. Now, ESPN representatives said in a statement, this price change represents a return to the price that UFC fans traditionally paid prior to ESPN Plus, decreasing the pay-per-view price for most of 2019. They're using this as an excuse. So ESPN's basically saying, well, we gave you guys a discount for 2019. We gave you a discount for the year.
What?
What are you complaining about?
Is that for real?
Yes, that's basically what they said. What they failed to realize is now we're also paying for the ESPN app. So we're paying the same amount, if not $5 more already, just to get UFC pay-per-views. So the ESPN's trying to cover up their rotten, moves over here. But in reality, they're trying to skeeve out $5 more from every pay-per-view buyer of a UFC fan.
It's kind of crazy. The first thing I thought of, and listen, the first thing I thought of here was, hey, Conor's fighting. They're going to pay the guy some sort of pay-per-view points or some shit like that. That's why they're jacking the price up. Now, with this being said, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
They are just changing it all together because ESPN's like, well, you got your discount. Now we're going to move on. We have enough subscribers. We're good to go. Let's crank it up. That is the most fucked up shit ever.
It's extremely fucked up. And I'll repeat the quote. ESPN said, this price change represents a return to the price that UFC fans traditionally paid prior to ESPN Plus decreasing the pay-per-view price for most of 2019. So they're basically saying, well, you were paying this pay-per-view price before. What's the big deal? But they're not adding in the fact that we're still paying for the app.
This is insane. Their big thing to get the app was, well, if you get this app, I mean, the pay-per-views are cheaper. They're cheaper pay-per-views. So you got to pay the monthly fee, but yeah, you get the pay-per-views a little cheaper. You're paying $59.99. What are you complaining about? Here's my complaint. When the pay-per-views were as it was before, you had an option between HD and standard definition. Okay, with HD, you're looking to pay what, $64, right? That's what, $64.99 or whatever the hell it is. And with standard definition, it was in the 50s. In fact, I think it was, what was it, 50? It was like $49.99 or some shit like that. It was somewhere around like low 50s, $49.99 for standard definition, which I was completely fine with. I had it on a big ass TV and it looked just fine. So what they did was they got rid of standard definition. They threw it all HD on the app for ESPN Plus.
For $59.99.
$59.99 plus the $4.99. I guess that's why it's called ESPN Plus. Because it's more money now. The whole gimmick of ESPN Plus is that you're paying less money. Now, let me say this.
But technically not. You're still paying the same amount of money if it were still $59.99.
Okay.
Now you're paying $5 more.
Well, let me throw this out there. Fight Pass, was $9.99 if I'm not mistaken. I think Fight Pass was $9.99. Yes. You didn't need Fight Pass to get the pay-per-views, But they're like, well, ESPN Plus is cheaper and the pay-per-views are less. Now the pay-per-views are the same price and you still got to pay the $4.99. When is it going to be $9.99 for the actual subscription? Because that's just right around the corner.
For the ESPN app?
Yeah. I mean, they're going to have full price
It
pay-per-views.
won't be long.
Next year, you'll be talking about $9.99 for your ESPN Plus because they're going to be so big that people are going to pay anyway. Because people want their UFC. They need their UFC.
Now, along with this, I also firmly believe that ESPN and the UFC will be cracking down more on illegal streams because they're raising the price for pay-per-view buys.
100%.
Because they know they're going to get more money, $5 more out of every UFC fan who decides to pay for a pay-per-view. They're going to crack down hard on illegal streaming, and it's going to be practically inaccessible.
So basically, this is a science experiment going on here. Cowboy Cerrone versus Conor McGregor is the headlining fight on that card. They know, oh, they're cash cows fighting. Now's the time to do it. The problem is the card's not that great. We were looking through the card, UFC 246, and it's kind of meh. You know, other than Cowboy Conor, I mean, that's a great fight. And there are good fights on the card if you want it to be a fight night. Where it stands right now is Anthony Pettis versus Diego Ferreira. I mean, I'm assuming Holly Holm versus Pennington will be the co-main, which that should not be a co-main event. In my humbled opinion, Jesse, that's just number one bullshit.
This is number one bullshit.
But the card itself is really weak for a first pay-per-view to jack up the price. If you're just relying, you're putting all your eggs in one basket and saying, well, Conor, people want to see him fight. So it's no big deal. I think this is going to be a fail. I think the people will be paying for Conor. They'll market this in a way where, hey, it's his big triumphant return. But I also think they're not going to make what they think they're going to make.
Well, it won't just be for the Conor one. They're saying they're kicking off the upgraded price with Conor Cowboy, but it's going to be this way from this point forward.
It's kind of crazy. It's not kind of. It is crazy. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, they're literally milking their fans for every penny they can get.
So 60, was it 60 what?
$64.99. You're paying $5 more.
$64.99 plus $4.99 is what you're going to be paying. $64.99 12 times a year at least, right? And then you have the $4.99 a month, okay?
Wait, let me calculate this.
Yeah, let's figure out how expensive it is to be a UFC fan.
Hold on. Pulling up the calculator.
And then you have on top of that Fight Pass.
All
because they're going to be adding some more content to Fight Pass. They're not getting rid of Fight Pass. It's something else.
$64.99, and then we've got one a month, so that's 12 months. All right, and then what else? Oh, plus the $4.99 times 12,
times
right?
12.
Okay, so it's 988. All right, and then we've got $4.99 times 12. So we're already paying $59 a year for ESPN Plus app alone.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the $779 for the pay-per-views. You're paying $838.68 a year for one customer to the UFC. You are giving them almost $900 a year.
What is it? 800 and what?
38.68.
838.68 a year.
That is how much we are giving the UFC, how much we're giving ESPN.
How much is Fight Pass?
Fight Pass is $9.99 a month.
Oh yeah, but is it look up Fight Pass real quick just to see. I'm actually curious because they had deals and shit like that. Let's see how much Fight Pass is because there are some people, and let me know if you have Fight Pass in the chat. Because I know Fight Pass still has the local events. They're going to be showing their boxing events on Fight Pass, like exclusively there. So get ready for that because you're going to need that.
All right, hold on.
This fight's gonna suck.
Anyway, as we get to the bottom of this situation, I mean, now a lot of people in this chat, I'm pretty sure, don't even pay for this stuff. They find it. They find it on the dark web, right? But we do pay for it because we do run this show, and if we didn't run the show, I'm going to be honest with you, we probably wouldn't pay for it because it's nuts. $900 a year. Excuse me, $838.68 a year just for the ESPN Plus app and your pay-per-views.
Okay. So they have different packages.
Okay, what's the cheapest Fight Pass package?
UFC Fight Pass. Oh, Jesus.
Let's see what the cheapest Fight Pass package is.
Okay. Cheapest is $9.99 a month, or you can pay $95.99 a year.
The cheapest package? What?
Well, it's not the cheapest. But if you want to go per month, it's $9.99. If you want to
All
go
right, so-
annually, it's $95.99.
So 10 was 120. What was the math? $120 a year, right?
120. Yeah, if you go monthly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So per year, $120, right?
Yes.
All right. So 120. Now you add the 838.
$958.68.
958. What?
And 68. Do you
68?
understand? If you own UFC Fight Pass plus the ESPN Plus app and you're getting pay-per-views every month, you're giving the UFC $1,000 a year. You're giving them $1,000 a year. And they want to up the price. I know $5 sounds like it's so petty. It's just $5, but that adds up.
How much do you pay
man.
for watching the NFL or MLB or your basketball
That is
games?
crazy.
You basically pay cable. You're pay cable fees. You're not paying anything extra. Your cable comes included with that. Now, if you're saying you're paying for HBO or Showtime or any of that stuff, well, then you're paying extra. But basically, if you really think about it, your sports are free. Your major sports are free. The UFC, not so free. If you want to see everything that the UFC has to offer, everything that they have to offer, well, you're paying almost $1,000 a year.
And Drunk Savage, I know you're making a joke. He says, you know how many bottles of whiskey I can buy for that. But it is funny if you think about it. What else can you get that is
How many
more
hookers can you get for
valuable
that?
to you for $1,000 aside from paying the UFC and ESPN?
Yeah. So,
Can
I
you
mean,
believe that?
it's legit the UFC bending you over and raping you. Now, I was hoping that the situation would be like this. The ESPN Plus app would have a package where they would include their yearly pay-per-views. You pay a lump sum, you move on. What we have here is almost $1,000 a year. It really is not wonderful.
Wonderful.
It's insane. It really is insane to be a UFC fan. So that is what your sport is raping you of. And honestly, it's a shame. It really is a shame. I know boxing, has their pay-per-views as well. And let's be honest, boxing is insane.
Oh, here we go. Oh, you want to get really into detail?
Let's do it, Jesse.
All right. So, UFC Fight Pass alone has 450,000 subscribers. So let's just put that there.
450,000 subscribers?
Yes.
In 2018. And that was it even a full year of ESPN Plus? When did they launch?
All right. 2 million subscribers for ESPN Plus. All right. Let's just keep that in mind. Now, $958.68 a year. All right. Now we're going to multiply this by 2,450,000. All right. Does that look right to you?
Yeah.
Okay. UFC and ESPN. It doesn't even come up as a number.
Doesn't even come up as a number.
It doesn't even come up as a full number.
What are you talking about?
How much money they're making.
Well, how much are they making, though? I mean,
The IFK prices are officially Gaylord. JBH and Moss, should I make a small poem for Lindsay for when you guys interview her or towards the end of the interview? I'm about to do fix up my hair, winking face.
yes. Make a love poem, please. We don't know if she's single or taken yet, though. I mean, we're not sure yet. We'll find out. And if she's single, of course. Of course.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
In 1 year, they are making $2,348,766,000.
$2 billion? What?
$2 billion a year. A year.
What in the holy fuck?
And they want to raise the prices to $64.99.
Now, that is just that. That's not including what they make off of, the events, the tickets, sales, and all that stuff. Wow.
Unbelievable, man.
Wow.
Like, what is the fucking point? Like, why milk yourself? You're already a multi-billion-dollar franchise. Why? First of all, and the way I look at it is this: not everybody can afford a UFC pay-per-view.
Well, here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. Their athletes are like the lowest paid athletes out there. If you think about it, except for the top of the heap, the other athletes are making peanuts. So the fact that the UFC is making all this money, or the ESPN is making all this money as well, I mean, it's insane how they're just taking money from their viewers and their fans, and they're not paying their fighters enough money, the money that they deserve. It's kind of wild. It really is wild. Yet we come here and we watch the fights on a regular. You know, we do pay for each and every fight over here. We pay for DAZN, and that's a whole nother bowl game, you know, with that shit over there. But at least with DAZN, you're getting the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
You know, like you're actually getting the pay-per-views. You pay for DAZN, you got boxing, you got Bellator. It's all included in that shit. It's like a one-trick pony over there. ESPN Plus, we are literally fans of the most fucking ruthless sport out there.
And it's still growing.
Yeah, what's going to happen when they get bigger?
Yeah.
They're just going to charge more and pay the fighters less and suck the life out of the fans.
That's another thing. The fighters get paid peanuts. They get paid peanuts. They're making so much fucking money. And these fighters are making jack shit.
It really is insane.
And then if you take into account that not everybody can afford a pay-per-view, for $59.99 alone, not everyone can afford that every month. Let alone $64.99 for a fucking pay-per-view. Like, I feel that they might be pushing their fans away a little bit.
Now it's funny, like people are blaming, Conor killed the whatever.
No, this is not just for Conor. It starts with the Conor fight, but it's not. This is not just for the Conor fight. This is from this point forward. They will be charging this for every pay-per-view.
Yeah, here's the thing. As soon as ESPN Plus came into the picture, as soon as Reebok came into the picture, fucking their fighters, and now ESPN comes into the picture. It's like, this is going to be the greatest thing ever. Mm-hmm. Here's the deal. You're getting cheaper pay-per-views. Yeah, it's a subscription, but the pay-per-views are cheaper. Oh, we don't have standard definition anymore, but don't worry. HD is cheaper. Oh, fuck you. Now it's $64.99, back to the previous price on top of the $4.99 a month. It is absolutely fucking insane.
Now, on that note, now that we have officially lit the ESPN and UFC on fire, let's talk about how you can save a little bit of money.
You illegally stream the fights.
Let's
what?
Let's say you don't do that.
You fucking rip it off the internet.
All right, hold on.
What?
New ESPN Plus subscribers can still get discounts. So I'm going to explain to you how.
What about the existing ones?
So
we're fucked.
We're fucked. But new ESPN Plus subscribers can get discounts. Let me explain it to you. New ESPN Plus subscribers will still be able to get a discounted rate when paying for UFC 246 along with a 1-year subscription to the Disney-owned service at $84.98. ESPN Plus remains $4.99 per month or $49.99 a year. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they can still get some semblance of a discount, but it's really not worth it in the long run. If you think about it, you're not getting what you pay for.
No, there's nothing worth it anymore. And you got these crazy fights now. We're all arguing and complaining. It was a bad stop. It was a good stop. Blah, 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 blah. And then we're just getting ass raped in between.
Dan Martin, this is both the UFC and ESPN, but ESPN made the executive decision. This is not. That's why I say don't blame Dana White. Don't blame the UFC. ESPN made this decision.
Well, you know what? If that's the case, then Dana White should go out there and be like, listen.
Well, of course Dana White's on board because Dana wants to make more money.
Yeah, exactly. But if he wants to be the good guy, he should be like, well, that wasn't part of the plan.
ESPN
These motherfuckers legit came out and said it's a cheaper pay-per-view. No big deal. This is a great deal. Yeah, you're paying a monthly fee.
For 1 year.
1 year. They couldn't wait like 5 years before they fucked you in the ass. 1 year. Oh, we're making some good money over here. Let's jack it up some more. They're going to pay. The stupid fucking UFC fans are going to pay. I would like to have someone on the show from the ESPN department. I would like to have, come on this fucking show.
No, I won't come on this show.
Come on. Someone that represents the UFC. Come on this show and explain to me and JBH and his beautiful community over here. Come on and let us know why this is a good thing. 1 fucking year. 1 year.
You know what they'll say? It's the same thing they said in the quote. Well, we gave it to you for a year, so you technically saved $5 every month.
How do we all stop? Can we all just tomorrow cancel our subscription? I mean, you have 155 people in here. We all just cancel it.
Boycott the ESPN.
Just fucking dead it. Right? Is there a petition out there?
Yeah.
Like, there's got to be something out there. I'm the man to talk about this. I'm the voice of the people right here. We may differ in agreement and arguments with these fights and decisions.
And fighters.
But right now, I'm the voice of the people. I'm your voice. I want your voice to be heard in the chat right now. Let the UFC know how you feel about this situation, because we're about to fucking flip some tables. We're about to stab some people. We're about to go buck. I don't know what buck is, but we're going to do that. Let me know in the chat what you think about this situation.
Let's see. Jumanji Warlord says Combat Jiu-Jitsu EBI. Stephen Crumley 51 likes. Ilhyphenol says, line them up, Moss. Fuck you, bitch, says MMA Meathead. Wow. MMA Meathead really hit you hard, Moss.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Big Bob says, raise hell. Triska says, if you don't use a bidet, you're an animal.
It's true. You know what? I agree. I'll talk about that more after Christmas because I'll just talk about it more after Christmas. Anything else in that chat?
Vigo says, have the kid call in and rant.
Yeah.
Fancy Pants Vigo says, bro, the Republicans control the Senate, so I don't think Trump is getting removed from office even though he was impeached. Well,
Trump, guys, ESPN is upping the prices for the pay-per-views.
Because Trump got impeached.
This is ridiculous. If Trump was still the president, this wouldn't have happened. Trump's a big MMA fan. This would have never happened. This is ridiculous. This really is. Guys, this is alarming right now. Now, this might be not alarming to the people in the chat that don't pay. So this is what I want to see in the chat right now. Do you pay? You know what? Let's do a poll.
Oh, it's just hyphen. Okay.
Do a poll.
Yeah.
Do you pay for the UFC pay-per-views? And be honest. I want an honest poll here. Do you pay yes or no? And
should I put, do you pay for UFC pay-per-views and ESPN Plus? Because you can still pay for the pay-per-views without the ESPN Plus app.
Or you can do you pay for the UFC? Do you pay for the UFC
ESPN Plus,
yeah.
or do you pay for both?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or none.
Okay, I got you.
All right, here we go. So Jesse's going to put that as a poll. And I'm very curious. And I need you to be like honest with us here because I do want to see how many people do pay for it. We pay for it because of the show. And listen, the product is good. I love the UFC as much as we're fucking around here. I do love it. That's why we do this channel. It's fun to watch. The sport's great. When you want to watch MMA, UFC is like the top dog. It's got the biggest names, the biggest personalities, the best fighters in the world, the greatest drug testing. Anyway, the UFC is great. It's wonderful. But I mean, to constantly keep fucking over their fans the way they're doing, and their athletes as well, it's just a little disturbing, to say the least. Anyway, let's see what else the chat has to say as Jesse puts the poll up. Moss, you need to branch out from MMA, bro. Left alone, who pays? All right, here we go. We're going to find out right now. The poll is up. Jesse just stuck a poll in your face, and we need you guys to vote over there.
I just stuck a poll in your face.
Let's close that.
No, you got to go to community.
Yeah, I know. I'm just being a returd. Okay, so here we go. So far, we got 2 votes. Let's get in over there. Do you pay for UFC pay-per-views only, ESPN Plus app, UFC pay-per-views and ESPN Plus app, or none of the above? Okay. And we fall in the category of UFC pay-per-views and ESPN Plus app. That's what
so
we
vote,
fall.
Moss. You got to vote too. We got to make
I can't because I'm on our channel. We can't vote.
Oh, shit. I'll vote for us. I got it.
So I'm going to keep refreshing this thing, and I'm going to see what the people say. I'm actually curious how many people pay.
Because we count. Our vote matters too, Moss.
Okay, we're going up
UFC
now.
pay-per-views and ESPN Plus
50%,
app.
none of the above. UFC pay-per-views and ESPN Plus 17%, and ESPN Plus app 33%. So there is a selection of people that just pay for the ESPN Plus app so you can see the fight nights and stuff like that. And then when the pay-per-views come, well, let's go on Mr. Google.
Refresh. I voted for us.
Okay.
Should be at 18% now.
I wish I could just leave this up on the screen, and just have it just sit there, but unfortunately you got to refresh it. All right, so still
it went down to 16.
So in the lead, none of the above.
A
So
lot
you
of
know what?
people
Good
don't
for you.
pay.
If you're really voting seriously, good for you. Listen, I want the fighters to make money. I would love to see the UFC make money. It's great, but like, at what point is it ridiculous?
Like they're already a multi-billion-dollar franchise. Like why give them more money? It's just crazy. I don't blame you for not paying for any of the above.
Yeah.
If you can find a better way to watch it, or even if you just listen to us, to be quite honest, as an MMA fan, I would listen to us too. I would never drop that much money if it weren't for this business. I would never drop this much money to them.
$958.68 a year per person. It's insanity.
It's almost $1,000, and then they're making $2 billion a year.
It really is nuts. Well, there you go. That's your UFC. If you're just jumping in, they're hiking up the price to $64.99 per pay-per-view, and then you still have to pay for the ESPN Plus app itself. So it's a disaster. It really is a complete disaster. Now, we know some people behind the scenes that do affiliate with ESPN Plus. Maybe we should try to pull some strings and see if we can get someone on to defend this situation. to tell us why should we not be upset with this. I understand things go up.
You could convince us, to be quite honest. It's
so
ridiculous.
If people start jumping out, if we start something here, a movement, a bowel movement.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And people start ending their subscription to ESPN Plus and stop paying for pay-per-views. Well, first off, they're going to be going after YouTube channels. There is no doubt in my mind that the UFC is going to be pushing hard this year, 2020, to attack YouTube channels that are doing fight reactions. Because if people stop paying pay-per-views, if people are like, well, fuck this, I'm done. The UFC has no choice but to go to the outlets that are, even though we're pushing them, we're telling people, we're constantly advertising their product for free. They're going to come after people like us for no reason. It's really a ridiculous disaster. All right, a couple more comments from the chat. We're going to do some news stories, and we have a guest. Lindsey Vanzandt will be on live with the MMA-Holes. A couple more comments here. What do you got?
Jeremiah says, damn, I'm grocery shopping listening to this, LOL.
Oh, I'm sure he has a lot to say.
Justin Jr. says, this is why I can't do fight reactions. They attack me sexually. Vigo Stockholm says, the UFC is going to come after you, Moss. No, they won't. Here's the thing.
Coming after all reaction channels.
No, not
100%.
even. No, I don't think it'll be reaction channels as much as it will be illegal streaming. Mm-hmm. I think they're gonna go fucking hard on the illegal streaming. If they didn't do it already with Reddit, they're gonna go hard now because they want people to pay.
Go to sleep. Now you need to back up, or you can go to sleep too.
All right, let's see.
Hey
Master.
Chessy, que paso, mami? Chulu kingu tonight, mami. I will climb Donnie Trump's giant wall to get to you. She like Goya bean sodas? Porque I do. Moneto coleto colinko kiklinko mi re inko fuck drumps.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Jesse, you have anything to say? I'm not sure.
What you just said.
Yeah, we don't speak. I really don't know what was going on there. But thank you, Master Dreamer Loke. Okay. Anyway, that was quite the donation that came in. All right, so let's move into the news, Jesse. We'll bang out some stories, and then we'll go to our guest. Yeah. And this is going to be an interesting night tonight, I can see. And let's see what we got here. Thank you for hanging with the boys.
Hanging with the boys.
So Josie Aldo hasn't let up on the whole Marlon Moraes thing. We would think that by this point, we'd stop hearing about it, but not according to MMA Fighting. Josie Aldo believes he won all the rounds against scared Marlon Moraes and wants the Henry Cejudo fight in Brazil. Josie Aldo lost a close split decision to Marlon Moraes in his bantamweight debut at UFC 245, but still hopes to fight for the 135-pound title next. The former featherweight king believes he deserved the win on Saturday, but Michael Bell was the only judge who scored it in his favor. Judges Mark Smith and Eric Collins saw it 29-28 for Moraes.
Man, you better back
Aldo
up.
Can't understand how.
Now you need to back up, or you can go to sleep too.
Oh shit! It's Mickey Mouse.
Ha ha, fuck you, Moss and JBH. Ha ha, you little fuckers will pay whatever I tell you, ha ha. I own this shit.
Oh my God.
I own Star Wars and Marvel, ha ha. You can't stop me and my empire, ha ha. All of you bastards bow down to me for I'm your god now, ha ha.
Oh my God.
JBH, make me a sandwich.
That's Mickey Mouse talking shit.
I'll get right on it.
Mickey Mouse, I heard you fucked up Star Wars. I'm not happy about this. Anyway, thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. I'll put it towards ESPN Plus.
And he can't understand how those two judges did not have it in favor of him. When the fight was over and Bruce Buffer announced split scores, Aldo thought there's something wrong. He said, I knew I would win before it was over. When someone yelled there was a minute left, I thought I won. Moraes has his history, but he ran from the fight. I could hear Anderson asking him to throw combinations, kicks, punches, to do something, and he did nothing. He just tried to throw something to keep me away from him, He now says he was so comfortable in the bouts, he started joking with his longtime coach, Andre, between rounds, knowing the fight was in his hands, but doesn't think he lacked killer instinct. In the end, Aldo says he knew he was going to win a fight, and he won, but they didn't give it to him. That doesn't change his plans for the future, though. After sharing the cage with one of the division's most dangerous strikers in Moraes, Aldo believes the future is bright at 135 pounds.
Yeah, I think it is bright. I think he looked very good at 130.
But to have Henry Cejudo after the loss?
Well, look at Yoel Romero.
What about Yoel Romero?
Yoel Romero coming off of his losing record.
But Aldo went down to a division he doesn't belong in, lost, and now he's going to call out the champion? That doesn't make any sense.
Here's how it makes sense. First of all, and listen, I'm basically playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, this
has
got to be devil's advocate because it doesn't make any sense.
What kind of UFC are we watching right now?
What do you mean?
A non-ranking system, popularity contest
Yes.
type situation we're
Sure.
dealing with. This was the first time that I saw Dana White at a press conference say, you know what? Aldo lost that fight, but I would look into giving him the shot against the champ.
But he said
legit said that.
He said that because he thought Aldo won.
But you're missing my point. This is the first time that a fighter off a loss, you know, and he just like, yeah, I would give him a title shot. Usually that's not the case. Usually you move on. Or he says, I can't, you know, look that far ahead right now. You know, I don't do my decisions right now. He contradicts himself so much because one press conference he'll say, I don't like talking about future fights or future matchups. I can't think about that right now. Right? Don't ask me those questions. And then in a situation like this, he's like, oh yeah, I'd make that fight. Makes no fucking sense.
That's kind of like if Dustin Poirier, who's a really excellent fighter and has challenged some of the best, decides to move down to 145, which fairly he does not belong, and then fights someone, loses, and then decides to call out the champion. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Let me tell you, young Jedi, you're a smart, beautiful woman. But in this situation, Jose Aldo, I think you forgot about his history.
Oh, no, I'm fully aware. And I know the guy has fought some top-tier fighters.
He was, no, not just that. He was a champion, held on to that belt, and he was the OG
but
145.
Not at 135.
I understand that, but you're missing my point here. I do not agree with Aldo fighting for the belt. Even though, and I picked Aldo in that fight. That was my underdog pick. I should be like, yeah, let's do this. Fucking Jose. I think he needs another fight, and if he wins that fight, knocks someone out, it looks very good, then you can throw him in the mix. But he took an L here. He did take an L. No matter what you want to say about the decision, he took an L here. The reason why the UFC is lobbying for this is this man defended that belt multiple times, and he was unbeatable. He was a 145 beast. Anytime someone was lined up against Jose, L, this guy's the best. So what the UFC is doing here is they're saying, well, it's Jose Aldo. You know, he should have won that fight. He was the GOAT at 145. You give him that title shot. That's what the UFC, what they're lobbying right here. I don't agree with it, but that's the angle they're going.
Okay.
There's my explanation for that. But yeah, I don't think it should happen. Now let's see what the chat says. Does the chat think that Jose should fight Henry Cejudo, the Triple C? Let's see what the chat has to say.
Wonderful.
Javarion says Peter Yan needs title fight. DeRage says, what's up, everyone? How we all doing? Roberto says Henry is a money fight, though, too. Hyphen says, I think Aldo has lost it. I'll be honest, he's not going to be a title holder again.
You know what? I think at 135, he's revitalized. He's rejuvenated. And he's only 32 years old. If he could find a way to make this healthy weight cut, I mean, it doesn't look healthy after his last one, but he looked fresh in the cage. He looked just fine in that cage. If he can keep on doing this and maintain that 135 weight cut, he could be a player. But here's the deal. You look at 135, you look at bantamweight. Yes, Moraes took an L in his last fight against Cejudo. He got a win in this fight, too close to give a rematch. You got Aldo right back into the mix. He deserves a title shot. I wouldn't give it to him right yet because he's coming off of this operation. You know, I give him a fight in between. Aldo might think he needs that, he deserves it, and rightfully so, but I say Peter Yan is the guy. Or Corey Sandhagen, because that guy got fucked in the ass by Frankie Edgar taking the fight this weekend. So I think Yan or Sandhagen, they would be probably guys to go for the belt. Who knows? Who the fuck knows anymore? Jose Aldo now at 135, and he's sitting out. He's was at number 9, but he's not ranked, and we'll see what happens after his next fight. But no title shot for that dude. Let's move on, Jesse. What else we have in the news?
Kamar Usman says Conor McGregor must want to die after a fight challenge, according to the Bleacher Report. Usman has said Conor McGregor must want to die after the Irishman appeared to call out the UFC welterweight champion following his victory over Colby Covington. The Nigerian-American fighter stopped Covington in the 5th round of their headline bout at UFC 245 on Saturday. It was his 12th consecutive UFC victory and first successful title defense since he claimed the welterweight belt against Tyron Woodley in March. In the aftermath, McGregor sent a tweet that seemed to indicate he'd like a shot at adding the 170-pound title to the featherweight 145 pounds and lightweight 155 pounds belts he has won in the past. In response to Usman, who's 32, was dismissive of the 31-year-old's apparent aspiration by saying, quote, he must want to die. This is not 45. This is not 55. You saw what Khabib Nurmagomedov did to him. Oh my God. It wouldn't be fair if I fought Conor. Much respect to Conor for what he's done for the sport and transcended it. But nah, this ain't what you want. Just sit down, little man. Sit down. Learn to walk before you can run, because I would hurt that guy. McGregor has fought and won at welterweight before. In 2016, he lost to Nate Diaz in his welterweight debut at UFC 202 before beating the American in the rematch at UFC 205. The Dublin-born fighter is moving up to 170 pounds again for his return to the octagon when he faces Donald Cerrone on Saturday, January 18th at UFC 246 in Las Vegas.
I'm going to make a prediction right now. McGregor will never fight Usman.
Yeah, never.
Boom.
I don't think he'll even challenge him. I think he's just talking up a hype, to be quite honest.
Yeah, he's just running his mouth. That's not happening. It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
Money-wise, it doesn't make sense. And honestly, he would die. Usman would fucking mutilate him. McGregor's my boy. That's my guy right there. But I'm speaking truth right now. He can't beat Usman.
Mm-hmm.
Usman is pretty much the guy right now at 170. Stop it. Stop with this. He's still got Cowboy Cerrone to fight. Let him fight Cowboy, and then we can start talking about other shit. Not this number one bullshit.
This is number one bullshit.
Next topic.
All right, well, Alistair Overeem's look. We've gotten the first look at his surgically repaired lip. Now, there is an Instagram post if you click on the link, but it is courtesy of ESPN Plus MMA, so I would make sure that you turn the volume off, just to protect that part of it. But
no, fuck him. So what is the clip? I'm not even going to play it because
you can see it in the picture, really. You don't even have to watch the clip. It's just,
there it is.
That is the look of his lip after getting surgery and stitches and stuff like that to repair it. So he's going to have that scar there, I think, for the rest of his life. If those stitches heal, if they don't heal properly.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be on him forever. Jesus Christ. Well, it looks cool. The best was, did you see the video of when he saw his kids after the fight? And it's always emotional when you see fighters lose and go up to see their kids. And he was his spirits were high. His kids jump into his arms, and the first one's fine, laughing and seeing him, and then the second one just like starts pointing at his lip. He's like, "What the fuck?" I think I heard the kid say, "What the fuck is on your face?" I couldn't believe I heard a kid say that.
Yeah.
But he looks like a horror monster right now with that thing.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some semblance of a scar.
Yeah,
you can imagine.
Yeah, it's going to be like a white line going down. The thing is, his upper lip is fucking tremendous. Look at the size of that thing. Jesus, it actually looks like a vagina, Jesse.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, I see a vagina there. A sideways vagina. His mouth is a vagina. What the fuck? Hold on a second, boys.
I don't see it.
Hold on. About to fucking blow your mind. If I could figure it out how to flip this thing. It's going to take me a second, Jesse.
I don't see it, Moss.
Hold on. All right. Okay, ready? That thing's a fucking vagina. Hold on. What the fuck? Jesse, what the fuck? That's a pussy! Oh my God! What the? Jesse, you see it? It's a dancing pussy now. Look at that.
I don't see it.
You don't see it for JJ?
Nah.
Now, how do I flip him back? If Lindsey Vanzandt's watching this and she's like, "What the fuck did I sign myself up for?" Well, welcome to the MMA-Holes. I think it's a vagina, Jesse.
Yeah.
No? You don't see it?
No, I don't see it. But, I mean, everyone sees things differently, so.
I see things. I see these things. There we go. So there's Alistair Overeem's lip. He's going to be fine. And he's not retiring. This guy's making too much money to retire.
Mm-hmm.
How much did he make in his last fight? He made a fortune.
Yeah, they said he made about $500,000. No, not him. Sorry, that was Colby Covington's fight. I actually didn't get the payouts for Overeem's fight.
Yeah, he made a nice penny. He's been making a nice penny for a while, so he'll be back. And then when he can't fight in the UFC anymore,
Man, you better
Bellator.
back up or you're going to go to sleep.
Hell yeah.
Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
Master Dreamer look.
Hey Jesse, basically I say to chew, I like the way you look, mammy. And I want you to dump that cabron to your left and get with a wiener like me. I will leave your face looking like it's been dipped in clarified butter. And Overeem lip is nasty.
Some
I
donation.
appreciate your disrespect.
Look at that. Okay.
I think I'll stick with this guy.
There you go.
Wonderful.
That was a class act right there. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. So that's Alistair Overeem. Next in the news, what do we got? Triple C over here.
Yeah, Henry Cejudo calls out Jose Aldo. And he says Jose Aldo is a Mexican-looking Dana White during a cringeworthy exchange.
What? A Mexican-looking Dana White? What?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
UFC bantamweight champ Henry Cejudo and Josie Aldo definitely want to fight each other. That much is clear. It's how they are going about trying to make that matchup that has raised a few eyebrows and left more than a few confused at their strange attempts to trash talk on social media. Cejudo had initially expressed interest in fighting Aldo after UFC 245, where the former featherweight champion fell by split decision to Marlon Moraes. According to UFC president Dana White, Cejudo texted him immediately after the event saying that Aldo deserved a win and he wanted to face him with the 135-pound title on the line. He then followed that up by posting a video where the 2008 Olympic gold medalist jumped out of a pool and proceeded to call for the Aldo fight while adding, "I want to fight him in my city, Rio de Janeiro. Daddy's coming home." Aldo responded in kind with a video of his own where he shoots at targets with high-powered automatic weapons along with a message aimed at Cejudo saying, "I am the king of Rio and you are Snow White's security guard.
Oh shit, I saw
Sign the contract and let's get it right." And he wrote this on Twitter. Now, if you click the link, you can actually... No, it's on Twitter, Moss.
No, wait. I think I saw it on here.
After unfortunately drawing the Disney princess and her 7 dwarves into the fight, Cejudo fired back with a unique jab of his own aimed at Aldo.
Where's Aldo's Instagram?
Just head over to Twitter. You can actually click the link on the website and it should take you over there.
This is a fake one. This is another one. It's another Aldo. Hold on a second. Junior. There he is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, no, to the left.
Oh, I thought it was this.
No.
You said the machine gun.
No, to the left.
Look at his face in that picture.
There we go, this one.
All right, hold on. Is there any music in this thing?
I don't know.
We'll find out right now. All right, Jose Aldo. Oh,
now, there was a response by Henry Cejudo after this, once you guys see this.
He doesn't speak English, though. How does this work?
Just watch.
Okay.
Well, I told you what he said.
Henry Cejudo. Sou caveira.
Henry Cejudo, enquanto você tá de férias, eu tô aqui, ó. Olha o que eu vou fazer com a tua cabeça. Você vai ver.
So he's saying he's going to shoot him?
He said, "I'm the king of Rio and you are Snow White's security guard. Sign the contract and let's get it right."
Uhul! Ninguém segura. Eu sou uma máquina.
Whoa! Oh my God! Oh, he's going crazy! Oh my God, he's fucking going nuts! He's crazy!
Hasta la vista, baby.
Oh my God, there's bullet holes in his picture! Ah!
No.
Oh my God!
All right. Now,
I'm hard as a rock.
Henry Cejudo responded on Twitter. He retweeted that video. And he said, "You're going to need a bigger gun to take me out, Cinderella. This man is made of steel and sex appeal. Bend the knee, you Mexican-looking Dana White."
I tell you what. I like 135 trash-talking Aldo.
It's so cringy.
Aldo, excuse me. Or Aldo. Look at this guy. This guy never did this shit before. He never used to do this stuff. Look at his face. He's gone fucking ape shit. Look at this. Jesse, check out this face. This, actually, you know what I should do? I got an idea, Jess. Watch this. We're going to make this show great again. Unfortunately, it's cut off, but don't worry about this. I got it under control. I got everything under control. But what do you think, Jesse, about this new like trash-talking Aldo? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean... I just
like
feel the trash talk between both of them is pretty cringy. I'm not going to lie. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess do whatever you're going to do to sell fight. It's just, I don't think much of it, to be quite honest.
It sounds like you're not into it.
No, I mean, I like it's funny, but...
Does this make you nervous, Jesse? Hold on a second, Jesse. I got something for you. I got something coming your way. Hold on a second. Give me a sec. It's good. I should have prepared this before the show. It would have been more professional if I would have done this before the show. But just stare at my Aldo face. Like, is this weird sitting next to this face?
Not at all.
No?
No.
It's not weird?
No, not at all.
Okay. Good. All right, let's put a mouth on this guy. All right, here we go. Hey, man.
Too big.
Hey, man, it's Mexican Dana White, man. How's it going, Jesse? It's good to be here on the show.
Why is your mouth so big, Aldo?
Oh, I got a big mouth for a big trash talking coming your way, Mickey. Jesse.
Mickey? Is that
It's Mexican Dana White. Mexican Dana White.
So what was your intention with that video for Cejudo?
Well, you see, I was shooting a target. It was supposed to be Henry Cejudo's face. I am going to make enchiladas out of him when I fight him.
What?
Enchiladas.
But how are you going to do that?
Henry say poo-poo. You're going to call him after all the burritos I make him eat with my Mexican face, Dana White face.
Joe Savage makes a good point in the chat. He says, shouldn't you be yelling if you're a Mexican Dana White?
Dios mío.
Dana White always yells.
No, I am yelling right now, but, I had a sore throat. I won the fight the last time, and look what happened to me. Yeah. Here I am making gun videos now. Marlon Moraes did not win that fight. Yeah. I won the fight, Meng.
Meng?
Yes, I see. I am Mexican Dana White, Jesse.
Well, you're Brazilian, right?
No. Did you not watch?
Apparently
I am
not.
Mexican Dana White. That's what little Triple C midget head said about me.
Uh-huh. All right, well...
that little dwarf head, I'm going to kick it off his face. What? I'm going to kick it off his neck, I mean. I'm going to kick it like a soccer ball around the cage.
All right.
It's not a Brazilian accent. He's a Mexicano. Fuck you, Chet.
Well, it's supposed to be a Brazilian accent, but it's fine. So,
I am Mexican Dana White. That's the joke.
Yeah. No. I got it. All right. Thank you, Aldo.
Right over your head, Ming.
Thank you for taking the time.
The whole chat's head. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes.
This is creepy.
Look. Oh, my mouth. Hold on a second. Let me put my mouth right. Oh, there it is. It's over there. Look into my eyes. You think I'm fucking around?
You
think I'm fucking around, Meng? Look at me. Look at me. I like trash talking, Aldo. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to leave the picture up the rest of the show.
Can you not?
Just put him over there. We'll just keep him there. I like trash talking, Aldo. I'm into it. Like, I'm into this. All this guy's career, we've never seen anything like this shit. And now, all of a sudden...
Henry Cejudo. Sou caveira.
Henry Cejudo, enquanto você tá de férias, eu tô aqui, ó. Olha o que eu vou fazer com a tua cabeça. Você vai ver.
Look at him go! Jesse, this is great. How could you not like this, Josie Aldo? I love it.
I love it.
Oh my God, I freaking love it. I'm into 135 Aldo.
Yeah?
Like, I'm a big fan. I like him better 135
let's see him
than 145.
a little more at 135 before you make the decision.
Before 135.
You've only seen one fight.
Did you give a shit about Aldo at all? Really?
Yes, of course, but not at 135.
Nah, you never got pumped up.
Yes,
now I'm amped.
For Aldo,
he's shooting guns.
I think anybody got pumped up for Aldo before 135.
Man, I fucking love him. What do you guys think about AIDS Aldo? Let us know in the chat. And we'll get to one more story before Lindsey Vanzandt comes on.
All right, Paul says those bullets looked fake as fuck. Staley too. Lisa Ann is getting hotter and hotter as she ages. Yes, he can say hasta la vista, baby, says Flat Earth. MMAKO says AIDS Aldo, laughing my ass off. Jumanji Warlord says AIDS Aldo champion.
Hell yeah.
Everybody should get AIDS like Aldo now that you can just cure it, says Burnman. Let's see. He looks
Fala,
healthy.
galera. Eu, como viciado no...
We can see stories now on here?
No fio.
I didn't know we could do that, Jesse.
Arrasta aqui pra cima, ó.
That's AIDS Aldo, baby. I'm in.
Wonderful.
I love AIDS Aldo.
I've got a piggy mouse.
All right, go take a leak. Let me hang with the boys over here. We'll have Lindsey Vanzandt on very shortly. She fought in Bellator and Invicta, and we're going to get her story in a few minutes.
After that bit, I'm okay with Aldo getting Cejudo, bro.
You want to see it? The lead-up's going to be great. Yeah, it's kind of funny, though. Now we give a shit about 135. We weren't kind of giving a shit about it. You got Marlon Moraes sitting up there coming up from 125. You got Sandhagen coming up. You got Peter Yan destroying Uriah Faber's face. It's great. Aljamain Sterling's bouncing back. You know, we give a shit. And now you got AIDS Aldo in the mix. Frankie Edgar's going to pop into the division. It's going to be fun. You got Cody No Love coming back in. Can he bounce back? It's good stuff. I like it. I'm down with bantamweight. I'm down with the sickness. Moss's bid sold me. JBH loves a good old-fashioned BBC party. 135 is great. This is MMA KO for the cringe belts. I want to see Peter Yan in there. He's going to be there for sure. Cejudo cringe it up at the top of the division. Plenty of fights out there. Cody, no chin. And we were talking about this with Cody Garbrandt. You know, this guy.
Hanging with the boys.
We were saying, hey, maybe he just gets, knocked out by steroid users. Because if you think about it, that's what happened. TJ Dillashaw, suspended for roids. Right? His last fight, he didn't look very good. Just so happens that Pedro Munoz was suspended back in the day too. Aldo called him out for it. So, who knows? Maybe Cody Garbrandt could fight guys that are not roided up and jump back up. Guy made Dominic Cruz look like he was nothing. I think people forget what Cody Garbrandt did to Dominic Cruz. That was insane. But what about this? Should this be my new co-host, AIDS Aldo? What do you guys think? Just have him sit next to me. Fucking adorable. That's the Aldo I want. AIDS Aldo. Hell yeah. You would destroy Cody. Impeach Kevin. Roids riot. Let's see what else we have in this chat. Rest in peace, KFC. Kevin did nothing wrong. Wait, Kevin. Why are you saying rest in peace, Kevin? What happened to him? Oh, maybe because he's not in the chat. I don't know. All right, so we're going to have Lindsey Vanzandt come on soon, and we're going to get into that interview and then get to the rest of the stories as well. So hang in there. If you're just jumping in, 233, welcome to the show. You are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
The UFC is raising their price of their pay-per-views to $64.99. $59.99 plus the $4.99. Now that's going up. So the monthly fee is the same for now, but $69.99 or $64.99 is the pay-per-view. When we did the math, and if you do that plus ESPN Plus and the Fight Pass app, which is $9.99 a month, you'll be paying $958.68 a year. Just for your UFC carnage. And it's not wonderful, wonderful. When I heard the news, I'm not going to lie, I was... I was actually kind of pissed. It's just, I mean, I expected it to go up, but not within the next year. It's kind of ridiculous. Anyway, you want to squeeze another story in before we get Lindsey in? What do you say? We'll get a quickie in.
All right. Well, according to MMA Mania, Justin Gaethje pays off a student lunch debt for 2 schools in Denver.
That's cool.
He's being a good guy over here.
What a good dude.
Student lunch debt is a controversial issue in the U.S., even considered a crisis. Many students suffer severe consequences at school for being unable to pay for their daily meal, an issue largely recognized as beyond their control. With no universal solution available as of yet, some districts have been forced to rely on the generosity of their staff, community, and even professional athletes.
Hell yeah.
Add top lightweight contender Justin Gaethje to the list of benefactors as the highlight forked up over $1,500 to help out Colorado's West Early College Middle and High School. Gaethje currently lives and trains in Denver at Elevation Fight Team under the tutelage of Trevor Woodman. Gaethje has won his last 3 fights via first-round knockout, and he's currently knocking on the door for a lightweight title shot. Unfortunately, Conor McGregor may just interrupt those plans, but West Early College posted on Facebook a picture of Justin Gaethje along with the caption, "West Early College families received a wonderful holiday gift today. Shout out to Justin, the highlight Gaethje, who is a champion UFC fighter and friend to our Cowboys. Today, he wrote a check for $1,538 to pay off all student lunch debt for the semester. We love and appreciate your generous gift. Thank you."
Do you think Ali flipped the bill?
No. I think
this reeks like Justin's like, "Yo, Ali, got a couple extra bucks."
No.
And Ali's just rolling in money. He's
Ali
like,
may have told him to do it for headline reasons, but I don't think Ali's so cheap. Like, I don't think he would flip the bill.
Well, regardless, this is a nice thing that Justin did, and that's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, Jesse, let's have our guest on. We'll give her a call right now, and we'll have her hang with the boys. It is Lindsey Vanzandt, and we're going to give her a ring right now. You ready, JBH?
I'm ready, Ma.
We're going to get some questions from the chat room, so make sure you have yourselves ready to ask questions. Jesse will be watching you guys and gals as we call up Lindsey Vanzandt, the fighting for Ryzen very soon. It's going to be wonderful, wonderful.
Hey, Hey, what's up?
Well,
There
it's
she
Lindsey
is.
Vanzandt.
Hello, Lindsey. Welcome to the show.
Hey. Thanks.
Now, if you could do us one favor before we get started, if you could flip your camera phone to the landscape position. Boom! Now we got full-blown Lindsey right now. How's it going, Lindsey?
It's good. How are you guys?
Great. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. We are what we like to say.
Wonderful.
Wonderful over here. It's a pleasure. Now, did you just get out of the shower? What happened here?
Swimming.
Yeah, I just showered.
Oh, okay. All right. I just want to make sure. I don't know if you're nervous and it's the sweat or it's the shower water. We were just
dripping. I am so nervous. My whole head is soaked.
Yeah, we have that effect over here. Now, this is Jesse. My name is Chris over here. We're your hosts of the evening. We have a live chat of people that are talking, and you might hear some alerts come during the stream. Don't be alarmed. Those are nut job viewers of our show. I'm not sure if you've seen us before, but
don't freak out. Got it.
Don't freak out. Now, Lindsey, it's actually exciting to have you on here. 7-2-0 fighting at. Now, I have to ask you this question: is it Risen or Risen?
Oh, see, I'm already failing. I don't even know the question, answer to that. I say Risen, but some people say Risen, and I just don't know.
Yeah, I've been saying Risen too, and I get corrected a lot. And
then
no.
I get corrected. Yeah. So I'm hoping that is a question I can answer after my fight. Over there, maybe they'll tell me. I don't know. I'm hoping to find out.
We need to find out. We need to get to the
We need an answer to this question.
This is a burning This is what I need you to do. When you get on the mic, say, what the fuck's the name of this company? That's what. After you win, just get on the mic and be like, what is the name of this company?
Is it Risen or Risen?
Yeah, that would be awesome. We need you to do that. Anyway, so now I was looking through your stats over here. I mean, Invicta, Bellator, you're all over the place. You're just collecting wins. You're finishing a lot of your opponents over here, and now we have a rematch. Now, when they bring this up to you, okay, and they say, we want you to fight Reina Kubota, how do you say her name? Kubota? How's it?
I don't know. That's a good question too. See, I am bad.
You're 0-2. Yeah. So now you're fighting. They're saying you got to go fight this Reina character again. You already beat her. Now, are you scratching your head like, do I have to fight her? Why do I have to fight her again? And you're like, I'll kick her ass again. What the hell? What was your reaction?
Why not? I mean, if you're gonna pay me to fight her again, I'm down. Especially in Japan. I've never been to Japan, so I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
And this should be interesting now. Now, this is New Year's Eve. Now, are you having is it more exciting that you're going there on New Year's Eve, or it doesn't matter when you're going? You're just going to Japan having fun?
Well, yeah, I'm going to Japan, number one. But number two, yeah, it's New Year's Eve. I get to go to another country for the New Year, so that's pretty exciting.
There you go. Now, we're live with Lindsey Vanzandt. No relation to Paige, right? I'm sure you heard this before.
Yes, thank you, yes.
Okay. Now, what do you think of Paige? I find her annoying, Paige Vanzandt. How do you find her?
I mean, I don't really know her. She seems really nice.
Okay.
So
politically
I'm not
correct.
hate.
All right, fair enough. Just trying to bait. Yeah, we're just trying to bait you over here. That's how we're doing it over here. Now, this fight over here, let's back it up, because a lot of people are just finding out about Lindsey Vanzandt, and they should know about you because, I mean, you've fought all over the place. So how did you get into this sport of mixed martial arts?
I started with Taekwondo when I was 7. And then it kind of just, I got bored after 5 years. So at 13, I wanted to try another martial arts. And I ended up trying Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And then from there, that gym ended up getting a boxing and a Muay Thai program. So I kind of just got into it. And I had my first Muay Thai fight when I was 18. And I was like, oh, my God, this is what I want to do. I just knew instantly. After being in the ring, I was like, this is it.
And now here you are fighting in Japan. Did you ever think when you started at 18 years old you'd be fighting in Japan?
Dude, no, it's so crazy because when I was when I did jiu-jitsu, I mean, when I was in high school, sophomore year of high school, I knew I wanted to be a professional athlete. So I always just thought athletes were really cool. And I was always in so many sports growing up. So I was like, I want to be a professional athlete. And at the time I was playing volleyball, I was doing jiu-jitsu. And then when I had my first fight, I'm like, this is awesome. And I watched Invicta growing up. So it kind of just came together. And I always looked up to those girls. And now, especially the first time I was in Invicta, I was like, oh my God, I'm here. What's happening? Is this real? And I still am like, oh my God, I'm living a dream. And it's just really cool.
Yeah, and Invicta, I mean, that's got to be crazy. You get the call to Invicta. I mean, that's legit. That's the UFC right there. The next step is going over to the big dance. Here you are, big stage. What was the nerves like when you got into that cage?
Dude, I was so nervous. I mean, the nerves go away once I'm in the cage, but leading up to that, I was pretty nervous. But, it's part of the process of fighting. That was the first time I lost, too. So it was kind of like a learning experience. And it was good. I'm glad I experienced it because now I feel more comfortable going to other fights. Now I'm taking another big jump and fighting in another country. And I feel like I'm gonna be fine because I understand how to control everything now. Like I can control how I feel. I can control my nervousness and my adrenaline rush and stuff, and I just feel like I'll be good. So I'm not worried about it at all.
And this is some impressive pro career. Now, I noticed that the amateur record, you ended the last 4 fights. You only won 1 fight, but then you went pro and then win 3 fights. So how does this happen? You're like, I'm ready for the big girls, I should say. And now I rattle off 3 wins. How did you transfer to pro? Was it a new outlook on the sport? How'd you get into that mindset?
I knew where I was at, and I took a lot of harder fights as an amateur. So, and I went up weight classes and stuff. So I took like any fight really thrown my way. So I just figured more experience, the better. So I trained through injuries. I've been in there with tough girls. I mean, so I felt like I was ready that, and I had some time before I went pro after that last amateur fight to really fix all the mistakes that I made as an amateur. And so I felt pretty confident going in, and it worked out.
There you go. 7-2-0 is Lindsey Vanzandt live with the MMA-Holes. Get your questions in. Jesse's writing them down right now. We got a donation coming in. Let's see what they have to say. All right.
Damn, Lindsey is fine as wine. She looks hot with damp hair, almost like she just got done shooting a book hockey scene.
Oh, come on.
I like the Down syndrome way she talks too. Speaking of Paige, ask Lindsey if she ever had a train ran on her after being drugged.
Now, that is unbelievable. I don't expect you to answer those questions. This is our audience. This is Nutjob Viewer that just donated. Have you ever been asked that on an interview?
No. Have I ever what after being drugged? Like what?
Well, you're better off not knowing, because I tell you what, we're at the MMA-Holes, and we have the most ridiculous community that you'll ever run into. But they're loyal. They are loyal.
It's so funny.
Anyway, Josie, what do you think about that question? What are your thoughts?
I didn't even hear it.
All right, you're better off not hearing it.
You're better off not hearing it.
So, Lindsey, actually, where are you from here? Are you from New York, or where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from New York. I lived in New York for most of my life. I lived in Florida a little bit for college, but I'm from New York.
Man, you better back up or you're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up.
Hold on 1 second. We got another donation coming in here. I can only imagine what this
Justin
is.
Dempsey reporting, live with Lindsey. You have fought in amateur and professional. How did the professional game change from amateur fighting?
Okay. So how did the professional game change after amateur fighting? That's actually a good question from Justin.
Yeah, you just gotta deal with the different rules. Like you can throw elbows, so I really focused on being able to throw elbows, especially like ground and pound. Mm-hmm. So you'll see like my first couple of wins were due to elbows from the ground, because I like to work with new things, new tools that I can use. Yes. And so I just focus on the rule change. Same thing of going over to Japan is different rules, so I kind of just focus on the different rules to make sure that I know the whole game that I'm allowed to do over there. Yeah. Use all my tools.
Well, I tell you what, 3 wins in a row, and then you run into Invicta, and then after that, you're like, no, I'm good. And you rattle off another 3 wins in a row. I see some Bellator wins over here. Now, what's the difference between Invicta and Bellator getting to that circle cage?
I really didn't feel any difference at all, really. all the same to me.
You ooze confidence. Where does this confidence come from? Is this a family trait over here, or is it just after time?
No, I'm finally becoming myself. Like fighting is a very long road. It's an up and down roller coaster, and it still is now. But just going through the losses, knowing where I've been, I've been through a lot. I've gone through a lot, like through my career and just dealing with everything. And I'm sure other people have too. So they kind of get it. Like you become more confident because you know more knowledge. You have, it's just being around longer. The more you fight, the better you get, and just So I guess it's just kind of came from.
Do you find it difficult being a female in this sport that's dominantly with men? All these men going around there and they're like, oh, I'm the best, this and that. And then here you are coming into a gym and trying to show what you can do. Is it difficult being a female in this sport?
I don't think so. I have fun with it. I don't think it is at all. I mean, I'm used to it maybe because I grew up doing it, but I don't think so at all. I mean, the only thing that I would say is hard is that I have to train with a lot of people bigger than me, but everybody does. So, and sometimes guys are a lot stronger, but things like jiu-jitsu can help you beat up the guys too. So
there you go.
I don't think it's that difficult. You just do whatever you put your mind to, you know what I mean? So.
And I'm noticing that, you can finish them in every way. You can, the striking, the ground game, you can do it in all different ways. A lot of people watch female fights, and we do a lot of fight reactions over here. And they're like, oh, this is going to go to a decision. This is boring, this and that. But you're finishing all these girls. What is your secret to getting all the finishes here?
Dude, I just I go for it, man. I do not like letting the fight go to decision, because I just feel like you just don't know who really won, and judges, no offense, but they kind of suck, so they don't really know how to score a lot of fights. So it's just like, why leave it in the hands of the judges? And so I know it's easier said than done, but yeah, I always try to finish my fights. And for me, going into each fight, I have things that I've been working on and things that I want to show that I can do in there. And so if I can just keep getting better each fight and use the tools that I've been working on and just getting better and better, that's really all my goal is in there. So that's what I try to do.
Now, I noticed you spoke about judges, and we had a controversial fight, well, at least with this community over here, on Saturday with Colby Covington versus Kamaru Usman.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you follow the UFC, but did you see that fight?
Unfortunately, no. I'm trying to focus on getting enough sleep.
Well,
and focusing on my own fights. But I usually do watch the fights. I'm actually sad that I missed it. I actually might watch it tomorrow because I'll be on a train for a while, so I figured that'd be a good time to catch up. But yeah, I thought it was a really close fight.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were complaining about the decision, and the fight itself was fantastic. I watched it over and over again. I loved it each and every time. But it's got to be difficult, right? The training, going to Japan, cutting weight. How much weight are you cutting for a fight like this?
I'm really lucky, actually, and this is a catch weight fight. Like, we're fighting at 112.
Okay.
And I usually fight at 105. So and I walk around at 110, so I can eat as much as I want.
Oh, that's awesome. So
yeah.
Do you believe that going into a fight, not having to cut all this weight, you see a lot of guys and gals fighting at their more natural weight class. Do you believe more people should do this?
Yeah, I think it's stupid to make your body go through this all the time. And I fight a lot too, so it would be stupid to make my body it's just not good for you. It's not healthy. You see a lot of people having, kidney problems and stuff, and it's like, why are you doing that to yourself? Like, I get, like, you want an advantage, but you train people bigger than you all the time too. Like, everybody does. So it's like, why? I mean, I guess, like, you want to make money, you want to win and stuff. Yeah. So it is an advantage. But I mean, look at Frankie Edgar, come on.
Yeah, I mean, Frankie Edgar is a legend in the sport, and he can fight at any weight class. It doesn't matter, right?
Exactly. Like, if you have the skills, fighting is very technical. So if you can just figure out how to beat that person and figure out their strengths and stuff and use your strengths against them, I mean, that's all you really got to do. There
you go. Lindsey Vanzandt live with the MMA-Holes. I'm going to play a couple of donations that came in, and Jesse has questions from the audience over here. So let me play this right now, Jesse. Here we go.
You got to back up or you're going to go to sleep. Well, man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
All right, so this is Justin Jr.
Another question. Justin Dempsey reporting, live with Lindsey. What is your dream promotion to fight in, and how did you get into fighting?
All right, dream promotion to fight, and how did you get into fighting?
Dream promotion. I mean, like, I'll fight for anybody. So, my cat just get the shit. Why?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, obviously the UFC, I hope that they get the atomweight division, but I would love to fight for ONE FC.
Oh, okay.
They're a great promotion as well. I mean, I'll fight for like I said, I'll fight for anybody. I don't really.
Well,
I just want to fight.
There you go. That's a good answer right there. We got Drunk Savage coming in with a donation. Let's see what he has to say.
You better back up or you're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
Whoa.
Yo, Lindsey, are you single? My man Connor would like to take you to the Red Lobster for some cheddar biscuits, girl.
Wow.
He's a good guy who saves kitties from burning buildings and reads to blind children. He also has a massive hog. So what's up?
Wow.
Wow, okay.
Connor from the community. This is from Drunk Savage is saying that he wants to know if you're single.
Yeah, I'm single.
Wow, look at that. Oh my God, Jesse, what do you think? There's maybe a little love connection here.
Good luck.
And he has a massive hog. No.
I don't like that lobster though. So.
All right, fair enough.
Somewhere else.
All right, speaking of Connor, I see another donation coming in.
You better back up.
And this is from Connor.
Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
Oh my God, this is actually Connor.
Well, let's treat Lindsey with the respect she deserves. Hello, Lindsey. I got a question. Are you single? If so, I know a certain half Mexican that would love to get to know you better. Smile.
Wow. They're throwing themselves at you. This is actually Connor. What do you say to that?
Okay.
It's like the love connection here. This is crazy. We'll let you think about that. How about that?
I'll think about it.
All right, we're going to take you now to the chat room. Jesse has pulled questions from the chat, and this should be interesting. You ready for this?
Yeah, I think so.
I hope you're ready, because that was nothing compared to some of the questions that they've asked.
All right, Lindsey.
All right. Post wants to know, could you beat Paige Van Zandt in a fight?
Ooh, I mean, she's in a different weight class, but I would take on that challenge.
All right. Flat Earth Deacon says, please shout out the Vigos. That's all you have to do.
What's up, Vigos?
You made their day.
Roberto Lopez says, what was your childhood sport?
I did a bunch. I did softball, taekwondo, rugby. I did a bunch of sports.
All right.
Volleyball.
Flat Earth Deacon also wants to know, do you like... Oh, I missed it. I missed what TV show. He said, do you like the TV show? And then I missed the name of the TV show. But do you watch TV shows?
Yeah, I usually binge watch on Netflix and Hulu and stuff.
All right. Justin Jr., who is your favorite MMA journalist and how did you get into fighting?
Favorite MMA journalist? I love them all. I don't really have a favorite.
MMA-Holes.
The answer is the MMA-Holes. Actually,
there
whatever.
you go, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Vigo Stockholm says, do you like guys in wheelchairs?
Oh.
Oh, why not? I don't discriminate. Wheelchairs are cool.
Would you really date a guy in a wheelchair? Be honest with me, though. Like, if
he's a nice guy, why not?
All right.
What about a guy with... All right, forget it. Go ahead.
Hunter Gatherer says, do you make good pizza rolls?
I like pizza, but I've never made pizza rolls.
Oh, Hunter. Uh-oh.
It's a weird question.
Ride
the Tycogen says, what is your dream fight?
Good question.
Dream fight? I would love to fight Angela Lee in 1FC.
Oh, that's
I think
interesting.
she's really, really good, and I would love to test my skills against her.
That's awesome. That's actually a good fight. All right. Vigo says, KFC or Popeyes?
Neither.
Whoa. What is it?
I don't eat chicken or anything like that. I don't really eat fast food a lot, so.
So that's
I'm
how
no fun, guys. Sorry.
So wait, after a fight, after you win a fight, what is the go-to meal? Is there any splurge, or you keep on your diet?
The last couple of fights I've been having sushi. I love sushi, so going to Tokyo is going to be a blast.
Oh yeah.
But I love pizza once in a while, so usually pizza. Usually the next morning I always have a bagel with cream cheese. I never had those. I always had those after fights because they're so good.
Yeah.
But I don't have dairy a lot, so that's
Nice.
my splurge. Bagels and pizza.
All right, I can deal with that. Jesse, what else?
All right. Kainoda says, do you feel pressure to be over sexy considering today's fan base and social media influence?
Not at all. I don't pay attention to that stuff. If I didn't fight, I probably wouldn't even have a social media. But I want people to know me for my fighting skills and not the way I look. So
that is the best answer I've ever heard from a female fighter. To be
See, I want my female fighters to look extra slutty, but that's just me.
Oh,
Jesse.
stop.
Oh, no.
All right.
I kid. Sorry.
Anything Force says.
Please don't hurt me.
Okay. Now this one's a hard hitter. Are you ready?
Uh-oh.
If it makes you feel any better, I get these kinds of questions all the time, so it's no big deal. Anything Force says, does PMS affect fighting performance?
No. I mean, it's annoying, but I don't think it affects your performance. It might affect some people's weight cuts, but I've gone through weight. I mean, I don't have to cut a lot of weight, but it is annoying. I don't know.
We got to see this weekend Jessica she missed weight, and it was because of being on her period. Like that was actually.
It does make you hold on to water weight and stuff. So
Yeah.
It does affect your weight cuts, but I wouldn't say it affects your performance. I mean, nobody likes having it. Obviously, when you'd rather not have it when you have to fight, but you got to deal with everybody goes through it. So.
Yeah, I go through it every day, so I feel your pain. Jesse, what else we got from the chat?
All right. Perky Eisenfire says, does Lindsay need a broke boyfriend because I'm available to wreck people's lives?
Oh, wow. Well, that sounds dangerous, and I'm going to go no with that one.
Vigo says, are you a flat earther?
No.
Okay. Roberto Lopez, why MMA fighting when you could go to school?
I have a college degree in nutrition, and I love fighting, so fighting is a young people's sport. So I'm going to do it as long as I can, and then once I'm done, I'll pursue whatever else I want to do. Maybe go back to school. I like learning. I just like fighting more.
There you go. 26 years old, still pretty young in this game. How long are you looking to go in the sport?
Oh, as long as possible. As long as I'm not into it, I'll keep going.
There you go. All right, Jesse, what else in the chat?
Stelio T says, do you love the Impossible Whopper from Burger King?
Well,
I don't have fast food and I don't eat meat, so no, I do not. Gross. Ew.
Anything Force says, what fighter do you fangirl over?
Oh, I can't go over a lot of fighters. I would say GSP because he was my first, like, I, like, love GSP. I watched him when I was growing up. I had a poster on my wall when I was younger.
Did you really?
I did. I love GSP because he's such a nice guy, and he has a great fighter. So, and I saw him at Henzo's a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, I'm just kidding. No, I was like, I want to say hi, but I had to leave early, so I couldn't say hi. But it was really cool. I was like, oh my god, that's GSP.
That's awesome.
He is one of those fighters that has that mystique around him, right? He seems like a super
he's
nice
just
guy.
like, oh my god, it's him.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Jesse would be like that with Khabib, right? Jesse's old.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
She gets.
Good fighter too.
Yeah, she loves that. By the way, I think the chat is infatuated with you. They love you in the chat. Look at this. This is unbelievable stuff. They love Lindsey Vanzandt. How do you feel about that? They're showering you in the chat right now.
I'm feeling it, guys. Thank you.
All right. Ethiopian Phenomenon says, can I get her DM on Instagram?
I'm going to probably get a lot of DMs after this on that, guys. Come on.
Should we tell them where to follow you? Shout out your social media right now would be a good time.
It's damsel_MMA.
There you go. Damsel_MMA. We noticed it for Twitter and Instagram. On Facebook as well, or no?
Facebook is just my name. Lindsey Damsel Vanzandt, my fighter page.
Good stuff. Now, okay, one last question. How will you be finishing this fight coming up on New Year's Eve in Japan?
Definitely going to be a finish. It'd be cool to get her in naked choke again because that would really suck, and she'd probably go in complete panic mode when I take her back again, but I do like changing it up, so I don't know. I mean, it depends on what she gives me, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. All right, well, now the time is to shout out your sponsors and say whatever you'd like to say to the MMA-Holes. Go for it.
Thanks, guys, for having me. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are a lot of fun. I'm so thankful I have so many awesome sponsors. My strength and conditioning program, Kings of Fitness, helping me stay strong and ready for this fight. My massage sponsor, Hope Ackerley. She's amazing, and I'm seeing her on Friday. Woo woo. And Prime Elite Management is my management team with Sean Rockwell. Big shout out to him. And my gyms that I go to, Precision MMA and Stockade Muay Thai, get me ready for this fight. I'm going to Henzo's tomorrow, so shout out to Henzo in the city. All the girls there have been helping me get ready as well. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
Well, Lindsey, it was a pleasure meeting you. And after your victory, come back on anytime.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
All right, there we go. Lindsey, thank you, and have a great night.
Thank you. You too, guys.
There's Lindsey Vanzandt. Jesse, what do you think? She going to get the W?
I think anyone who comes on to the MMA-Holes is going to get a W.
So you say that Lindsey Vanzandt is going to go to Japan and take care of business?
Yes.
All right, let's see what the chat says. Whoa. Let's see what the chat says about Lindsey Vanzandt. What do you think? Is she going to get the W? Do you like her? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see what the chat says.
Anything for says thank you. Great attitude. Castley says when is going to be the first press conference on McGregor versus Cerrone?
Hopefully soon.
It says, can we take calls?
No, we're going to get through the news, and then that's it. The show is over, but we'll be back again live for Fuko Friday. And tomorrow, Jesse's making her fight picks, last UFC fight card of the year. So make sure you tune in. All right. It seems like the chat room is a fan of Lindsey Vanzandt, so let's see if she gets the W. Jesse, Brian Ortega in the news. Oh, before we do that, what did we forget? I am so sorry. I am sorry to AIDS Aldo. I am sorry to the audience. I am sorry to 50 Likes.
I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes.
Let's go!
I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. The dislikes can choke on a dick.
I got great news. 30 days, Jesse. You know what's in 30 days?
McGregor versus Cowboy?
That is when the pay-per-views go up. That's in 30 days. The pay-per-view price will go up in 30 days, and that is number one bullshit.
Man, you better back up.
Donation!
Go to sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
Yo, Lindsey, are you single? My man Connor would like
Saw
to
that.
take you to the Red Lobster for some cheddar biscuits, girl.
But I'll
He's a
skip
good
it. Thank you, Drunk Savage, for that donation. Appreciate it. And we're trying to catch up on donations over here. We see Mystic Roots came in with a dono. Give it to him hard and strong. If it plays. The book. Jesse, what is wrong with our donations?
Because another one came in when you try to refresh it.
So it's backed up. All right. Well, anyway, we will get to that donation when that thing refreshes over here. Actually, you know what? Let's just read it. What did Mystic Roost have to say?
Have you tried
to back up or you're going to go to sleep. Now you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
We saw that one.
Did you click it multiple times when you tried to refresh it?
Maybe. It's possible. It's anything's possible here on the MMA-Holes. Let's try it again. What did Mystic Roots have to say? What did Mystic Roots have to say over there, JBH?
Have you tried CBD for the fight pain? Your cats are loving this.
Oh, shit. That was for Lindsey Vanzandt. Yeah, and the cat was popping around over there. Do you root for her more now that she's a cat person, Jesse?
What do you mean more? I root for her fully. She's an MMA hole.
All right. She is an MMA hole. She's been blessed by the holes. We have a wheelchair man can't fuck donation that came in.
Oh, super.
Oh, here's Mystic Roots. Thank you, Mystic Roots. Appreciate that. And wheelchair man can't fuck. We'll wait for that to go through as the donations are on a delay right now. But thank you very much. As we wait for those, we got Brian Ortega in the news. JBH. What is this dreamy man? What's going on with this dreamy man?
Brian Ortega reveals details surrounding his knee injury and gives a timeline for his UFC return, according to MMA Fighting's Damon Martin. Brian Ortega desperately wanted to stay in his fight against the Korean Zombie at UFC Busan this weekend.
You better back up or you're going to go to sleep. Now you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
All right, here's Wheelchair Man.
She reminds me of the WWE wrestler Nikki Cross. Maybe Anna Kendrick if she had eaten glue as a child. Honest question here. Did Lindsey used to be deaf or is she partially deaf now?
Is she partially deaf? No, because she heard the question, so the answer would be no.
Wonderful.
Jesse, what do you think about that?
All right, Brian Ortega desperately wanted to stay in his fight against the Korean Zombie at UFC Busan this weekend, but his body told him different. The former featherweight title contender recently revealed the details surrounding the injury, which forced him out of the upcoming main event in South Korea. Ortega suffered a partially torn ACL that prevented him fighting in December, which means he won't compete at all in 2019 after last competing for the title in 2018.
We got Conor Hernandez coming in.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time. Pensive face.
Listen, you
Thanks,
never know.
Drunk for the backup.
You gotta go follow her on IG and be respectful, I guess, and try not to be a doucheheimer. And who knows? She is single. I don't know if she's ready to mingle right now because she got a fight coming up. Back to the story.
Ortega said when speaking to UFC Unfiltered podcast, quote, "It was during wrestling. It was a Friday, Thanksgiving Friday or somewhere around there, and I went to spar, regular sparring, whatever, did everything. I have two fresh guys every 2.5 minutes, fourth round, and I had the second fresh guy, and he went for a single leg takedown against the wall, and I tried to get out of it. He hiked it up. My knee stayed against the wall, my ankle went up, and I just heard a big tear."
You can go to sleep too.
All right, the donations keep on coming in over here. Let's just let it play.
MMA-Holes, you didn't read my last donation. Are you Jewish or what?
Oh, we read it. Thank you for the donation. We'll skip that. Appreciate it. You are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Anyway, all right, long story short over here with Ortega, because it looks like the donations are on a little bit of a delay. One more Justin Jr. has got to come in too. And then, but so the story over here with Ortega, so he's injured, huh? That's the thing where Frankie Edgar came in, and we all knew that already.
Yeah, he just detailed how he got injured.
So is it serious, Jesse? Is he full of shite?
I mean, he tore his ACL, so he might need surgery for it.
This guy, I think injury is going to be a problem. He's still young, though, right? How old is he?
Oh, super chat.
And there's the Mystic Roots, and thank you very much for that donation. Appreciate it. I think that was a backup donation. Let's see if I can get Justin's in right now. I don't know why it got all screwy. So I think what we should do next time is just fucking mute it and play it later. What do you think?
Whatever you want, Moss.
Streamlabs is all banged out. Can't get Justin Jr.'s, and Justin will come in a sec. So that is the deal with Brian Ortega, and this is some interesting news. This is something to talk about over here, boys and girls. We got Rory MacDonald, PFL.
Man, you better back up or you're going to go to sleep.
Donation.
Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
Justin Jr.
Did you see Mount Mark Coleman interview? This is my last donation until I get paid next month.
No more donations, Justin. Just write it in the chat for God's sakes. But I did see it, and it was hilarious. I'm not gonna say the parts that were funny. You have to watch it for yourself. But Jesse didn't hear it. Jess, you gonna go watch it back or no?
I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not. But I did listen to it. I listened to it when I was in the gym and I was dying laughing. I'm like, you gotta hear this. Kid's great. All right, here we go. The donations are caught up. Thank you very much. And here we go. Rory MacDonald, PFL. What up?
Ex-Bellator champ Rory MacDonald signs a multi-fight contract.
Super chat.
The fuck? I'll skip it. Sorry, Jess. I don't know why it's popping up.
With the PFL. So.
That's his whole story?
I mean, I don't really know what you need more from that.
Okay.
He just signed with the PFL. He moved from Bellator and moved to PFL.
Okay. Well, I think this is a big deal. I really do. Like, Rory MacDonald did what he had to do in Bellator. He got a belt and, then, the last fight was all right against Lima. But he is the Red King, and now it's time to make some money. So why not beat up some cans in the PFL? Start smashing some people.
Super chat.
Keeps on saying Mystic Roots. I don't think they keep on donating that, but what is going on? Streamlabs is possessed. And if you are donating each and every time, $4.99, thanks. Appreciate it. But I think that's just replays. I think it's catching up. But the Red King. Do you think he's gonna? Is that a lock for the Millie? What do you say, Jesse? I mean, you got some people that are dangerous, but do you think it's a lock?
I have no clue. I think Rory MacDonald doesn't have a nose anymore, so probably not.
So you're thinking he's a shell, and he might not be able to surge up. Could you imagine he goes to PFL and can't get that 100?
Super chat.
The fuck is going on? Oh shit! Poor Mystic Roots. Well, there you go. Shameless plugs. I that would be something else if he takes an L, and he can't fucking win the million in PFL. Or maybe it's the last hurrah. He goes over there. How many fights did he sign for? Like a 1-season deal? What was the contract? Do you know?
It didn't say. Didn't say.
Interesting.
Just
all right, chat.
Multi-fight contract.
Let's see what the people think. How is he going to do in PFL? Are you not happy about it? Are you happy about it? Let's see what you got going on.
You better back up or you're going to go to sleep. Man, you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
She reminds me of the WWE.
I am never playing with Streamlabs ever again. Like, what is going on?
You tell me. You're the one who probably clicked them over and over again.
Okay, it's my fault.
I bet when you were trying to get the donations refreshed, you probably clicked them multiple times.
Yeah, but it wasn't working. So I mean,
yeah,
there's nothing
so
I can
they're
do.
probably just.
All right, we'll keep an eye out for the donations that actually do work. But anyway, Rory MacDonald, he's doing fine. I think he fooks everyone up there. Says Kung Fu Hamster. Moss is in love with JBH. I think with my melon. Yeah, it's not a bad place to think. Moss, what is going on here, bro? Still, I don't know, man. I need you to come over and fix this thing. It's number one bullshit. Keeps on playing like this weird shit. And it got jammed up. It got backed up. It's a number one bullshit. So we're going to go into the next story over here in the news. And what do we got here? Daniel Pineda? What's this about? Oh, shit. It's fucked up.
So Daniel Pineda's case was continued by the Nevada Athletic Commission. But Alex Nicholson, who is a friend of the show, has been suspended for 4 years for multiple steroids. It's actually kind of a huge thing because usually 9 to 24 months is the minimum when someone has a first-time offense for steroids. But Alex Nicholson got 4 years because he tested for multiple steroids. He tested positive for drostanolone, nandrolone, and trenbolone, as well as a well-known anabolic steroid, in addition to having elevated TE ratio. So a lot of stuff going on in the system. The commission's attorney said Nicholson received the commission's complaint but didn't signal his intention to defend himself in a hearing. So the commission found that Nicholson's case warranted an enhanced punishment because of the multiple banned substances in his system and his lack of response to the charges. First-time steroid offenders are subject to 9 to 24 months for suspension, but those can be doubled with aggravating factors. The Nevada Athletic Commission Executive Director Bob Bennett cited the possibility of Nicholson killing someone in competition, saying there's no precedent for this. In a statement to MMA Fighting following his positive test, Nicholson denied using PEDs. He said, "Never have or would I take a banned substance, and after years in competing and being tested, why would it even make sense for me to show up knowing how everything goes down after years of commitment and get everything taken from me? Just doesn't make sense either way you look at it." Yet, he still popped positive for all of those banned substances.
Yeah, this is kind of ridiculous. Now, I'm pretty sure some people remember Alex Nicholson. This guy over here, he all of a sudden he swolled up. Look at the size of this guy. This guy became pure muscle. Now we know that PFL does tests in some way, but look at him. He's fucking jacked. Multiple substances. How many did they say?
It was 3 banned substances plus elevated TE ratio and a couple of other well-known anabolic steroids.
Man, oh man. It's crazy, man. So Alex Nicholson, and that's 4 years. How old is he? Did it say on there? I don't fucking remember.
No, it did not say.
We got Drunk Savage.
You guys doing full card at 5 a.m. this weekend, bro?
I believe so, yes.
Oh, fuck.
It's UFC Fight Night 165.
Oh, fuck, man.
It's in South Korea.
Oh, fuck. I forgot it's that early.
Yeah.
You knew that?
Yes.
Oh,
I told you that.
Fuck. The last UFC fight of the year.
It starts at 2 a.m.
Fuck.
The preliminaries start 2 a.m.
I hate to break it to you, Jesse, but
I will be live.
All right, Jesse will be live, but I might be in bed. These are the upcoming fights, but this is this weekend. Main card starts at 5. Oh my God! And if you're on the West Coast, you could be starting your night with this. 2 a.m. Fucking A. That's insane. So 11 like on the West Coast, you could just start your night. Just make it an all-nighter. I don't know what's worse. I think I'd rather be on the West Coast with this thing, because then I can kind of get a couple hours of sleep or some shit.
It would be 11 or 12.
That'd be great, though. I like to start watching fights at 11, pull an all-nighter and start drinking.
Be up until like
For us,
6,
it sucks.
7 in the morning.
That's fine. I've done that before, but this sucks. 2 a.m., you starting it off? Oof, with a bunch of nobodies? Ugh.
This is number 1 bullshit.
Although I really do want to see the Korean Zombie fight again. Fuck. I can't guarantee I'll be there in the beginning. You'll have Jesse. Some people would be happy about that. But the main card, Frankie Edgar versus Chan Sung Jung. We got Volkan Ozdemir versus Alexander Rakic. Both good fights. Du Ho Choi versus Charles Jourdain. That's good too. He's back in business. Du Ho Choi. Da Un Jung versus Mike Rodriguez. Interesting stuff. Main card's good. Jun Young Park versus Marc-Andre Barriault. And Kyung Ho Kang versus Liu Ping Yuan. Okay, so it starts off a little weird, but 6 fights. Last card of the year. 2019. Goodbye, Jesse. You ready to say goodbye to 2019?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, sir. All right, so now the question is for the chat. Will they be here for the first fight on the card? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Let's see what they have to say.
Henry also says, I love this whole thing since I am Japanese. Fancy Pants says, name one thing in life you enjoy more than big, fat, thick booty butt.
It was the UFC until the pay-per-views went up.
Connor says, good night, Nick C. Rye says yes. Kung Fu Hamsters, yes. Henry Cell says yes. Roberto Lopez, yes, possibly. Eduardo 1. Justin Jr., I'm going to set a timer for 5 a.m. Bosco Gar, Stalio 2, Fancy Pants, Vigo, the Vigo Clan. Drunk Savage, I'll be here, but smashed by main event. Vigo, I love being asleep. And H, yes, perfect time for me. Muhammad, what about prelims? Devin Jackson, hopefully. Father Diggin, yes. Virgin Solomon, I'm a night owl, I'll be here. Roberto Chicken, Kung Fu Hamsters, I'm going to be fooked up. Fancy Pants. Vigo says, good answer, bro. Troy Hart says, West is best. Hell yes, I'll be up. And H, yes. Flat Fancy Pants Vigo says, bro, sleep is amazing too.
There's a lot of people that are going to be joining us. And I noticed, I forgot to mention this at the beginning. Roberto Hernandez, shout out to you, man. I just saw the donation scroll over here again for chipping in. Roberto Hernandez, a big donation, and put it towards Michael Anzalone's tribute. So thank you, Mr. Hernandez. You are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Appreciate that very much. So what we forgot to do, we have 267 hanging.
Hanging with the boys.
We got to play a little sponsors, Jesse, over here. So we have the Bet DSI. Now, we noticed a lot of people play some bets this weekend on Bet DSI. I hope everyone won.
You play sponsors? You
want me to play? All right. I'll play the actual thing then. But shout out to our sponsors real quick. We'll be back with the news, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hang with the boys. Hang in there. Please, don't go.
Don't miss out on betting the best moments in sports with BetDSI.com. We'll double your money with a 100% bonus on your first deposit. Bet at home, bet on your phone, and bet live during your favorite game.
Sticker Mule is the fastest and easiest way to order custom stickers and more. Simply select the product you want, choose a size and quantity, upload your artwork, and within a few hours, we'll send you an online proof. You can request changes to the proof for free until you're happy. With quick turnaround and free 2-day shipping, your custom products will be in your hands in no time. Try us today for as little as $9.
Hell yeah, Sticker Mule, wonderful, wonderful.
This is number one bullshit.
No, it's wonderful, wonderful. How
Wonderful.
dare you, Chris Cyborg? I mean, what the hell? What's wrong with you? Timeless CBD, 20% off. Promo code MMA-Hole for the community. If you want 20% off your CBD product, link in the description. Timeless CBD, yeah.
Wonderful,
Hit
wonderful.
myself with some drops before the stream. Settled me down, put me in the zone, and made me moan a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a tad. There's AIDS Aldo. He's been joining us for the stream. He's been talking a lot of crap. And there he is. He's ready for 2020. So the question is, are you ready for 2020? Are you ready for AIDS Aldo? Because it's going to be the year of the bantamweight Aldo. All right, JBH is PPing. And let's see what's going on in the chat. NH is making a request and says, Chris, please play.
Lick my balls.
Your wish is my command. Staley, your name reminds me of the great Lane Staley from Alice in Chains. LOL, bro, AIDS Aldo is staring into my soul. Mexico, what happened to Trump's is... Whoa, yeah, I guess no more wall, I guess. I don't know. And if you're jumping in now and you don't know what's up, Trump has been impeached. What is going on? He has been impeached, so maybe... And maybe that makes you happy or sad. I don't know what it does, but I don't even know how to feel. I don't know how Jessie feels about this. Jessie's coming back. I'm going to ask her. But Jess, how do you feel about Trump being impeached? Is that weird? Like, is it like, are you happy? Are you sad? Like, what are the thoughts that are going through your mind?
Well, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, they were pushing for it for a long time, so I mean, it was going to happen eventually.
All right. So Jessie says it was going to happen eventually. And you know what's going to happen? Megan Anderson. She was on ARIEL HELWANI. She's in the news. Let's see what's going on with Miss Megan Anderson. And hopefully she's not upset about Trump.
According to ESPN.com, Megan Anderson opens up about mental health, saying she was just so scared to do anything, talking about her depression as a fighter. UFC contender opened up about her mental health in detail for the first time on Monday. Megan Anderson discussed her 2010 suicide attempt and subsequent depression in an interview on ARIEL HELWANI's MMA show. Anderson said that the morning of her fight with Felicia Spencer at UFC Rochester in May, she had a panic attack and nearly withdrew from the bout. On Monday, Anderson, a UFC women's featherweight contender, announced her next fight would be against Norma Dumont on UFC Norfolk on February 29th. She said she will have T-shirts made leading up to that bout, and that all proceeds from sales will go to the nonprofit Mental Health America. Anderson said she was in the army in her home country of Australia in early 2010 when she attempted suicide. She was in the hospital for about a week. Anderson said things seemed desperate for her at the time. She was attempting to get out of the military, but the process, which took months, was daunting. Anderson, who's 29 years old, found MMA about 2 years later, and it has been helpful, she said, but it's not a cure, she warned. Anderson said her father was an alcoholic. Although he has been sober for 6 years and she is proud of him, she said it was not a good situation when she was a child. Anderson, who now lives and trains in Missouri, said she currently sees a psychologist. Anderson has previously spoken to ESPN about anxiety leading into her fight with Spencer in May. During training camp, Anderson said she had crippling anxiety whenever she thought about fighting. She said her coach, James Krause, gave her the option to not compete. Anderson still did. Spencer won by first-round submission. After the Spencer loss, Anderson took off 2 months from training and sought help from a mental health coach. She said her coaches would not let her fight again until she was absolutely ready. Anderson returned to beat Zara Fern dos Santos by first-round submission at UFC 243 in October in Australia. Anderson, who's 10-4, said she is in a good place, though it remains difficult. A win over Dumont would allow her to climb the rankings and get closer to a potential title fight with featherweight champion Amanda Nunes. Along with her goal to be UFC champion, Anderson said she also wants to be an advocate for mental health awareness. She said there are people of all walks of life that go through all different types of things. It's okay. If I can work through it, you're not alone. You can do it too. I have faith in those people, and I have faith in myself and anybody else. I think anyone who speaks about mental health, I have such respect for. There's such a stigma around it, and it needs to go.
Well, Kenshiro has some thoughts on this. He says she sounds like she has a weak mind, should have just married a simp and had kids.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Do you think that would have been the answer, Jesse?
Yes.
The concerned audience has chimed in. It sounds like she was fucked up. I didn't know she contemplated suicide and all that shit. She was all over the place, huh? You think because she was like a big girl, she's a big Amazon-y girl?
No, because she had an alcoholic father.
Well, I mean, yeah.
That's the reason she said she attempted suicide.
Well, I mean, and she also is like a Sasquatch, too, so she might have got picked on in school. Did she make mention of that, you know? She's a big girl. You know, maybe she's long and lanky, and people are like, oh, the goon's here. And it just so happened her father was a prick. I don't know. Is her father still an alcoholic, did they say?
No, he's 6 years sober, and she's proud of him.
I missed that part. I was too busy reading Kenshiro's wonderful, wonderful comment.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So hopefully Megan Anderson, she seemed like she was in good health. Anytime she's interviewed and on Ariel's show, she seemed fine.
Super
So hopefully she has her stuff together.
I hope she blows her brains out. Boom. Collision.
Now that was from Anus McGregor. Anus McGregor has just donated, and we do not back that. That is a little insanity. Yeah, I feel like a taste of the OG's back. Like it feels like the old chat again. It's kind of weird. It's an angry place again. You guys are ruthless, and yeah, that's insane. I hope she doesn't blow her brains out because we want to see more Megan. Fuck. All right, let's go to the next story. It's nuts. Oh, there's Justin Jr. That was it. So yeah, go check out Justin Jr.'s YouTube channel. He had Mark Coleman on, and I was pleasantly surprised by how great it was. He did a great job. One of the best interviewers out there, Justin Jr. Good friend. All right, so Jesse, that is it over here with the stories. I mean, how do you wrap everything up in a nice little bow? It's fucking nuts. We started off with the cheap-ass UFC and all these crazy stories. We can't end on a note with Megan Anderson wanting to kill herself. How do we up it?
I don't know.
A lot of downer shit. I gotta say, at least Lindsey Vanzandt was like an upbeat part of the show. But I mean, we started with fucking the UFC fucking us in the ass, and then we end with Megan Anderson wanting to kill herself. We need something here. You want to show them how you could juggle, or I don't know. Let's talk about the card this weekend. And even that card is fucking.
No, Connor, I think I'm gonna take a break from Fortnite for a little while.
Jesse's taking a break from Fortnite.
I have more adult things to do.
All right. Well, here we go. This is this weekend. Frankie with the airbrush face, like super airbrushed. What's this about? I just noticed this now. I understand they airbrushed the pictures, but they really went for it here. Like, you're not fooling anybody. What's the answer? Photoshop? Frankie, the answer, doesn't even look like him anymore.
Super chat.
The fuck? He's smooth as fook.
Talk about War Machine beating his woman up.
Talk about War Machine. I mean, it's kind of like a story from ages ago, and isn't he in jail for life?
Yeah, I think.
He's pretty much done.
Yeah.
He's a good fighter, though. In and outside of the cage, apparently. Bill Duschenheimer. Anyway, look at this. Thank you for the donation, Anus McGregor.
My foot was a balloon.
Here's Frankie Edgar's face. Do you think they photoshopped that, Jesse?
Well, yes, of course. In order to turn the photo black and white, they had to.
Oh.
Sure, they made a few adjustments on his face.
I see what you did there. Oh, there's the guest room. Oh, there it is. Now the question is,
Man,
who's
you
going to
gotta
win this
back
fight?
up or you gonna go
We'll
to
find
sleep.
out after
Man,
this.
you need to back up or you can go to sleep too.
Your niggas see that orange nigga get impeached today? A lot of confusion on what this mean. It's like getting a traffic ticket. It'll go on your record but you'll still be able to drive. Unless the Dems can flip some Republicans, he's not going anywhere.
What do you think about that, Jess?
I'm not going to get into politics.
Yeah, this would be a heated show. We should start a political channel and really rile
I'll go
people
live
up.
on my own channel and talk about it.
All right. You want to see JBH react about this on her channel tonight? Or no? Oh, she might be into it. JBH is political. You should. I told you that from the very beginning.
I'm like hardcore political, man.
Yeah.
Like,
you should be
hardcore.
arguing with people about politics, like how I piss people off about MMA.
But everybody would hate me.
So and maybe she will do that. Who knows? But the Aljamain Sterling, I want to go back to what Kevin from Chicago was talking about. Aljamain Sterling and Chael Sonnen talking about the stoppage that happened this weekend. And I listened to Aljamain's, and with the theatrics up with Aljo. And I got to give him credit. He's trying to amp it up. He's trying to ham it up. Because in this business, you got to ham it up. MMA-Holes. We've been doing that for 3 years. But Aljo was trying to ham it up, and he was getting all, into it and how it was a good stop and this and that. And I had a little holes in his little thing. But it was interesting to see a UFC fighter talk about this situation and be so passionate about the other side. And almost taking shots at the fans. Going the whole casual approach. It's interesting to see Aljo do this. Did you hear it at all?
Super chat.
You didn't hear it, huh? Super chat coming in. The great benefactor. What up, my man?
Wonderful.
There he is. That is Felony's moderator right there in the chat. The great benefactor. Thank you for the 99 cents. But I'm going to say this. And unfortunately, she didn't see the thing. I'm going to say this really quick. Aljamain Sterling, you made some good points. I made better points. Just going to leave it at that. We'll talk about it next time you're on the show. All right, Jesse. What do you think here? I mean, I'm running out of things here. I want to talk about this UFC card. Do you have anything to add to this card before fight briefing?
No, I would open up the lines for the last 8 minutes if you want to, honestly.
You want to open them up?
I mean, there's only 7 minutes left. You can only get 1 or 2 people in.
Yeah, I was going to say. It's going to be like one long call and then the show's over.
Well, cut them off.
You have a rapid fire question for the people?
Who wins, Edgar or the Korean Zombie? Just
all right, so you want to do rapid fire there?
Just say who and hang up.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't care for your opinion, so shut the fuck up. I'm going to hang up on you. Edgar or Korean Zombie?
Fuck. God, I feel hostility at the end of the show.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be hostile. I apologize for any hostility.
It's coming at you hard. All right, so let's do that.
I just meant let's try and get as many callers in as we can in 7 minutes.
Who would win that fight, Jesse? I mean, I know fight briefing's tomorrow, but
Korean Zombie probably.
Whoa,
but I'm not going to make that pick. I'm just saying probably. I can't tell you because fight briefing's tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
That's pretty wow, it's pretty ballsy of you to actually make a pick before fight briefing. You never do that.
I don't know.
It's like a 2019
Well, I didn't
gift.
make a pick. I said probably.
Mm-hmm.
I got to do a little more research before I make that final decision.
All right, so that's what we're going to do. Rapid fire questions to the chat, to the community. The number is 516-522-0267. Who is going to win the fight, Frankie Edgar or Korean Zombie? There's the number. Right up there next to AIDS Aldo. Should we leave AIDS Aldo on the screen? What do you think? You like him there?
Not really.
No? He's staring into everyone's soul.
I mean, do whatever you want.
He made it the whole show. I hate to get rid of him. All right. 832, you're live with the MMA-Holes. Korean Zombie or Frankie Edgar?
Yeah, this post I'm going for the Korean guy. Shout out to all the OGs. Kamkumida.
There we go.
What did he say
look
at
at
the
that. I think he
end?
spoke some Japanese. There.
What did he say at the end?
I think
Kamkumida.
Kamkumida. Some shit like that. All right. 516-522-0267.
Oh, no, call you live with the MMA-Holes. Who do you have, Frankie Edgar or the Korean Zombie?
Korean Zombie. Fuck Frankie Edgar. Lindsey, if you're still watching, give Connor a chance.
All right. There we go. Drunk Savage coming in. Calling out Lindsey. Says, give Connor a chance. And I say, yes, I would love to. Do you think Connor and Lindsey would be a great couple, Jesse? What do you think? I think they would be beautiful together. Right?
Whatever you think, boss.
Connor needs a nice older woman, 26 years old,
She's not
perfect
that
age.
old. She's 26.
No, I'm saying a little seniority in the situation. She's a fighter. She kick They could twist each other around the bedroom.
270, you're live with the MMA-Holes. Who do you have, Edgar or the Korean Zombie?
I got the Korean Zombie. Brian Ortega, put some hands on him. If he can't handle Brian Ortega's hands, he's sure not going to be able to handle the Korean Zombies.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, look at that. What do you think about that pick, Jesse? How do you feel about it?
I mean, he's kind of right, but I'm not going to tell you because fight briefing's tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
I think a lot of people are going to be going Korean Zombie in this, but Frankie's got really nothing to lose. He wants to go back to he wants to go down to 135. He's just going to get a payday. And if he beats Korean Zombie, he's right back in the mix again. You know, you don't even know who the champ. I mean, Max Holloway's not the champ anymore. He might be. Can Frankie Edgar beat Volkanovski, Jesse?
No.
What do you think?
I would say no. I think
It's
Volkanovski
interesting.
is far. I'd go Volkanovski. I'm gonna call you live with the MMA-Holes. Who do you have, Frankie Edgar or the Korean Zombie?
Korean Zombie win 100% guarantee.
Thank you. Yes. Now I want you to call in and do the accent of the actual person. Frankie Edgar's from Jersey. Korean Zombie, Korea. Please. That sounded Chinese though. It didn't sound Korean, Jesse. I don't know. That's very racist.
516-522-0267. Call and let us know who you think is going to win between Frankie Edgar and Korean Zombie.
Oh, I go for Korean Zombie too. All right. Look at that. What a crazy show tonight.
It was pretty eventful.
Your first time watching this thing tonight, Jesse, with the insane questions, the insane calls. I mean, how could you not subscribe to this, right?
I know. This is a subscribe-worthy channel.
It's ridiculous. Oh, by the way, I just realized something. We did the 50-like song, but we have 132 likes. We never did the 100-like song. 50 likes for 100. What are we doing here? We're slacking, friends. Oh, shit. Hold on a second. I'm cutting it off. I just realized what I just forgot, Jesse. I just remembered, I should say. The CBD giveaway.
Oh.
We were this close to not doing it. So the people that stayed the very end of the show, 251 people. We still got to do the CBD giveaway. The CBD giveaway, timeless CBD. We said to the people, like and subscribe to the channel, and then put a comment in our last fight reaction. What was the comment? Do you remember?
Who do you think is going to be the fighter of 2020? The highlight fighter of 2020?
That's it. There's no right answer. We just asked you to put the highlight. Who is going to be 2020? The fighter. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go back to that video. And you still have a chance to get it in.
By the way, we got everyone else's packages wrapped up today.
That's right.
They're all sitting under the tree right now waiting to be shipped out.
All right, so here's the fight reaction. It was Covington versus Usman, and we'll be shipping out the timeless along with the Bet DSI stuff. So NH and Roberto Hernandez, you're getting your stuff tomorrow along with the winner for tonight. Scroll down over here, and let's just see a couple of the people that we have. We have a lot of aides, too.
Yo, Perky, in fairness, that was the only time I ever changed my mind after a fight briefing. Like, this past weekend was the first ever time. And I've been doing fight briefing for 13 weeks now. And that was the very first time I've ever changed my mind. So you can't really use that as an argument. I don't change my mind. That was literally the first fucking time. Will probably be one of the very few times that I ever do that. Will I do it again? Probably. But that's what happens in MMA. It's an unpredictable sport, and sometimes you change your mind. It happens. It's the same thing with bets. I mean, once you lock in your bet, it's different. But you know, if you don't lock in your bet, I mean, you can't really argue that. It's not really. I mean, it just kind of makes you sound stupid, to be quite honest.
Well, I mean, you know what it is. I think he's just trying to say, you know, with making picks.
Fight briefing is to break down the fights and tell you who I think is going to win, and to make my picks there, but not to lock it in for an official pick for the weekend. I mean, I can change my mind at any point, and so can you. The whole point of fight briefing is just to educate you on who has a better chance of winning that fight.
Yeah, she did it for the belt. That's right. She wanted the belt, and she made an educated decision, and she got the win. So now she's the champion of up until January 18th. 30 days she'll have that belt. Now, would you like to put it over your shoulder and gloat?
Not at the moment. I mean, only because I'm connected to headphones.
Well, you wait until I get my hands on that belt. It's all right. It's all right. This one's mine. This one's mine. So let's get into this giveaway over here. Masvidal 2019 Fight of the Year says Bo Archer jumping in. A couple of people over here. Let's see. There's a whole bunch of style benders, someone says. So there's a lot of miscellaneous comments. It has to be a fighter that you say is Fighter of the Year on this video. All right, Jesse, I'm going to take the link. I'm going to put it over to the YouTube generator. I'm going to drop it in over here so everyone knows it's fair. Get the YouTube comments. 52, because it's filtering out duplicate users, but let's unfilter that. And that turns to 65. So it doesn't really change it much. All right, so here we go. So you have a good chance. A 1 out of 65 chance to win this. Not too bad. Timeless CBD. Now, here's the deal, Jesse. If they are underage or live outside of the country, what do they get?
A t-shirt.
A t-shirt. That's right. We're going to be sending them MMA-Holes t-shirt. So only the people in the U.S. of age will get one of these Timeless CBD. And I just had some oil before, and it is
wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Who will win? Now, if you're not subscribed to the channel and you don't win, there's a 20%, whoops, excuse me, wrong thing. 20% off promo code MMA-Hole for Timeless CBD. So get that shit popping if you don't win. All right, Jesse, you ready? You want to click it? And begin. All right, it's clicked. Here comes all the names. Who round and round it goes, or out and in it goes.
Colby surprised me. That doesn't count.
MMA Meathead says, Colby surprised me. That is not a fighter of 2020. It's got to say, who is your fighter of 2020? We pick another one. Jesse, you ready? If only you would have said what we asked. Here we go, Jesse. You want to hit it again? Drama. Oops. Here it goes. The raffle is going. The random winner is going through our grinder. And Jesse, what do we got here?
Saturday Gamebred Masvidal, fighter of 2020.
Winner is Michigan. Wait, hold on a second. Winner is Michigan? The whole state of Michigan?
Yeah.
Michigan! All right, whoever Michigan is. Now, we're going to have to go to your YouTube channel. And here it is. Michigan has 7 subscribers.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And what you need to do is prove that you like and subscribe to the channel and, give us screenshots of all the required information that we need. And we will send out your Timeless CBD. But here's the deal. You need to go to the MMAHoles.com immediately and give us this information because we're only going to wait until Friday. So give it to us immediately or you won't get shit. Right, Michigan? Right, Jesse?
Right, Moss.
All right.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So congratulations to Michigan for the win. FTW. All right, Jesse. That is it for the show tonight, and we've done a lot.
Yes.
We got a lot accomplished.
Yes.
The news. AIDS Aldo in the corner. Lindsey Vanzandt. Cringy questions from the community. Cringy comments from the community. You think I'm gonna let you swing like this? No, I'm not gonna let you go like this. I'm gonna beat it right. To end the show, here we go.
I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes. I've got 50 likes. You've got 50 likes. We've got 50 likes. MMA-Holes 50 likes.
The dislike.
Hell yeah, baby.
Choke on a dick.
We love each and every one of this community. Everybody. We love you so much over here from the MMA-Holes. But it's time to get the fuck out of here. JBH, what's in store for them this week? And say those words.
Fight briefing tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Fuka Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And starting at 2 a.m. Eastern Time for UFC Fight Night 165 in South Korea. Make sure you guys tune in for that. We'll be live bright and early. Hopefully you guys will be awake in your local time. But other than that, don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA-hole.
My foot was up a little.